listeners, and welcome to episode 379 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for July 2nd, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
It's a hot week, Daniel. We're in the midst of summer.
Yeah.
And we're finally in July. By the time you hear this, the 4th has already happened, so I hope everybody had a nice 4th of July weekend, enjoying it, fireworks.
No blowing off fingers.
Safe or not safe, hey, whatever floats your boat.
You're willing to sacrifice that eye for a really cool fireworks show. Go for it.
Exactly. For my entertainment, go ahead. Just don't blow me up. Your sacrifice will be noted. Like it would be like, yes. But I hope everybody have a safe 4th of July and have a good time. Yeah. All right. So let's get into some news really. So let's get down to sports. Unless you got something to say. You got any news out there you'll talk about? Nothing. All right. What we got here? We got basketball. Big things are happening. You got Bradley Beal did re-sign with the Wizards for $251 million. Ooh. For, 5 years, I want to say? Let me see. Let's see here. We got Bradley Beal. Yep, 5 years, $251. Now here it is. Some fans, not all fans, the unreasonable fans, I should say.
Fans.
They are just fans of basketball, because I don't know if they're Wizards fans or not. But they're saying most of them are not Wizards fans probably, because they wanted Bradley Beal to come to their team. So it's man, he don't care about winning and say like that, man. All he care about is the money, and he don't so why are you going to take this big country to the Wizards when they ain't doing nothing? It's what's wrong with him? Or he don't care about winning at all, nothing. While reasonable fans like me, who from a fan standpoint, I'm happy because I'm good. I like Bradley Beal. At least I have a star still here to root for. Now, and for just the normal human being of me, it's $251 million for 5 years. I don't give a shit about so-called winning a championship. If it comes, it comes.
I'm winning
at life.
Like
that's a win. Yeah, exactly. That's somebody said he did win.
Yeah.
He got $250 million for 5 years.
If he got what he wanted, he's winning.
That's what I'm saying. If he didn't want this, if he cared more about maybe winning a championship per se, or maybe another reason I would say is that maybe he likes it here too. Obviously, I feel like if somebody didn't really like it somewhere, no matter how much money you give them, it had to be an exorbitant amount too.
Yeah.
That you just can't just say no, probably. But mentally, you say, I can't be here. I hate this place. I don't like these people and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Then you leave. You might, even if I pay you a lot of money, you've seen players do that.
Mm-hmm. Leave
money on the table because they doesn't like being there. They didn't feel comfortable being there. But Bradley Beal, he always said this. A lot of people say it, but they probably don't mean it. But it sounds like he meant it. It sounds like he meant it. He's okay living here, and he's okay being with the team, being the guy. And $251 million sure does help that. It helps that decision also. So I think at the end of the day, look, man, it's about your future also. So he's getting paid that much money. And that also tells you the team seems to think he's worth it. So it's not a big deal. It sucks because I wonder how a team will get other stars if they're paying so much to him. How would the money work out? Or how would they go to get stars here to help build this team for a championship? I don't know. People have played a zero amount of money to people because Steph Curry is the highest paid player in the NBA. I think before this happened, I don't know if Bradley Beal is the highest paid player still. No, he's still not the highest paid player still. No, Steph Curry is still the highest paid player, but they still won a championship because they still got a team around them that helps out, and they seem to manage their money pretty well. So there you go. I hope the Wizards can do the same thing.
Yeah.
As I got older, as a young fan, I would be he's just going for the money. It's I say, darn, he was taking the money. Or when people got mad at Flacco, for taking all that money as a quarterback, saying this is why we didn't win all the time because Flacco took all the money. Said, darn, man, he don't come out winning. But I'm like, yo, like Tom Brady took less money, to help build the Patriots up. Like he sacrificed some money for that. But you got to look at people's backgrounds too. Tom Brady, I don't know what his life was before football. I know enough that he wasn't poor. I think he was well off. And then he got money. And then he married a woman who's one of the richest models out there. And so he could take the sacrifice. And then he had money outside of football, like with his own private ventures and commercials and things of that nature. So just like I don't think Jordan ever got the max contract like he possibly could get either. I think Jordan, like his later years, I don't know if he was highest paid person or he was getting the max like he could possibly get because of how much money he made outside of basketball. Just like LeBron. LeBron's like the highest paid player because of how much money he makes outside of basketball. So that's why because they can afford to do this. They got so much money that, hey, taking a little bit less doing this, because basketball's not the biggest thing in my life. As far as money, basketball is not the biggest thing. So basketball helps, but it helps with my other ventures too. So that's how it is. It's not like that for everybody. So I totally understand people taking the money. They choose to take the money, you go ahead. Like, I do not blame you at all. Like, I just hope the team could do something. Like, as a fan for watching, I hope the team can do better. But I don't blame the players at all.
Yeah, no.
If anything, you blame the owners for paying them. If you feel like, to pay this person this much, get mad at them. They're the ones who's paying them. All right. So what we have here? What else we got going? Oh, Durant. Here's the bigger news. Kevin Durant said he wants to be traded from the Nets. So that whole thing with him coming and Kyrie coming that happened about what took place 2017, I believe. Man, nothing has come of it. Nothing has come of it. It's just, man, they had these three great guys. Like Harden came, they had Kyrie, they had Durant. Injuries have a problem. They never really played. They haven't played a whole season together. Those three guys. Hell, Durant and Kyrie haven't even played a whole season together. It's just amazing that how it just panned out to nothing, really. And now Durant wants to get out, and it's kind of hurts his legacy, really, man. Like, his legacy-wise, because it comes off like, yo, you only got rings because you joined the Warriors. Y'all were the best team because you had they were already a good team. Warriors was already a great team. And then you just came and they were just extraordinary. They were unbeatable. And the only reason they lost that last year is because they got injured. Key people got injured. But it's like you leave when things seem to get a little trouble, you leave. Like the Thunder, he left. The Warriors seemed like that last year when there seemed to be some infighting, he left. And now he's leaving the Nets. It seems like somebody's saying that he felt disrespected that because of Kyrie, and I guess max contract to stay there. And I guess because he doesn't know really what the future is for the Nets, now he's leaving. And thing is with Kyrie, the reason why I don't blame the Nets for not giving him max because Kyrie, he's kind of all over the place because he kind of leaves and goes too. The dude left a team that they won a championship with LeBron, and he left. He wasn't happy there. And then he left the Celtics, which was a bad place. The Celtics was a good team, and he wasn't happy there. And now he did his own thing. You already had the COVID thing, and understandable. He didn't want to take the vaccine. But, like, I personally respect that decision, but I don't blame the ownership for feeling slighted because, like, that doesn't help them.
Right.
It doesn't help you when you're not there. So, and also him before COVID stuff, he was taking off for, like, personal things. And look, personal reasons is hard to describe. But thing is, I don't know what it was why he took off. But I'm just saying, I think a lot of players go to personal shit. Like, a lot of players got shit going on in their lives. But it's like, you taking I don't know. I just feel like you hopefully you can manage it. It's something like that. Like
at the end of the day, it's a job.
Yeah,
and you should be able
exactly.
to schedule around
Like
that stuff.
you can't. Yeah, because it's just people in normal jobs. We all have problems, and sometimes you want to take some days off and stuff. But man, like you got to just manage it better or something. You got to just know how to deal with it a whole lot better than that. And especially like you're needed. You're the guy. You're one of the top guys. You're the reason why people were really on this team that would come to see. They don't want to just see Durant. They knew it was you. It was getting Durant and you. And then when Harden was there, it was like, yeah. And for those people, like I think for that first year when they were together, they only been together for 2 years. And I think it was only like 9 games at one time that for one season that they were all just on the same court together. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that they just never all played together. And it was. So that's over. So I don't know. People are speculating where can Durant go, wherever he play at. No idea. I mean, I wanted him to play with the Wizards years because I was like, hey, he'd be home and he'd be a great piece to him. But he said he want to be here because of family. I'm like, oh, the world is a whole lot smaller now. Family ain't like you're still in America. Ain't like they can just, I mean, they can still find you if they really wanted to bother you. I was like, just say you just don't want to play here. Like, I don't think it's because of family. I'm like either your family's that bad or you just don't want to play here, and fine. I'm okay. Like, I can't blame you if you have a problem playing here and you have a problem playing here. I don't know. But yeah. So that's the big news for NBA. All right. There's Brunson from the Mavericks. He was a guard who really became big time because of got hurt. Tim Hardaway Jr. got hurt, and he took his spot, and he became great. So Knicks picked him up. They did a trade with the Mavericks. I forgot who the Mavericks got, but yeah, the Knicks got him, and I mean that could help. I don't know about championship or anything, but it could help them. But New York, now New York is kind of up in the air again. Like the whole state, like at least you really thought the Nets were going to do big. We thought the Knicks would do big last year. They were disappointment. They didn't make the playoffs, and the Nets were somewhat disappointment too by losing the first round like they did, and just being the 8th seed. So now you're back at like, what's New York doing now? It's funny how New York is what it is in basketball. Like, like other sports, New York is big. Like they're big time. Well, football, they're up and down, but football is different. Like they make money. Like, because football is just that way. Because there's nobody who stays really that consistent. Like Patriots is an anomaly. What they were able to do. Yeah, nobody cheats like them. Nobody cheats as well as they do. But like baseball, you got the Yankees most of the time. Then you got the Nets every now and then. You get the Nets. So yeah, like basketball is probably the most inconsistent of them because even the New York Rangers, I always hear their name. They might not be winning, but I hear their name a lot, and in hockey. And the Islanders, every now and then I hear their name. But I'm not even counting Buffalo in football. Yeah, Buffalo, I mean, they be around. Shucks. So yeah, New York is in football overall. Like the Jets is like the worst thing for football with them. But the Giants haven't been that good recently. Buffalo has been a team though. Buffalo has been real good. I mean, I know that's upstate, New York, but still, but people still watch the games in New York and shit because it's New York City. And people still go to the Knicks games. The Knicks they still go there. Like if you go watch a game, you still see fans there, even though the team is a freaking disappointment because it's New York. But it's just so funny that how in my lifetime I've never seen New York win a championship. In basketball, I've seen them in every other sport. Yeah, win a championship. Besides that, I mean, the Rangers, I'm sure they did win in our lifetime. I just don't know when. I'm sure they won a cup. I just don't know when they won. All right. So what else we got? I think that's it. Oh, your Tampa Bay lost, Daniel. Your Tampa Bay Lightning lost. The Avalanche won.
I saw that.
One time, my favorite team because they were the first team on the list in the Wayne Gretzky game because in alphabetical order, and I just picked that one. You just hit AA or BBB, whatever button it was with an N64 controller to keep going. So Yep, Avalanche are the new champions, so they couldn't do the three-peat. They couldn't pull it off. Lightning, too bad. Baseball, Orioles, they lost 3 in a row recently. But there have been some close games, man. They lost a bad one yesterday. Well, it was a good game, but they lost in the 9th inning, man. They had the lead, and they blew it, a walk-off with the Twins. But they still are okay. Like, they're still fun to watch. I still like watching them. They just got offense and put up some more runs. Yankees are still top team, but they've been losing lately to the Houston. Like Astros been playing them, and like I said, Astros at the time. Well, right now they were number 2. I think it's still technically number 2 in the AL, but they beat up with the Yankees. So they're showing like, hey, 1-on-1, Yankees. This is their challengers, really. Mm-hmm. As they've been the challengers, for some years. Yankee fans, they hate Houston because the year they won. That's when they were cheating, with the trash can. That's what they call them, trash shows. Yeah. So the Yankee fans, it's like a hated thing between them now, like a little rivalry between them. What else is happening in baseball? Not much. I mean, not much really changed as far as like top teams. I mean, you got some good ones, but yeah, baseball, man, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty fun watching the games. And I think that's it. So you got any wrestling news?
I talked about it a little bit last week leading into it. Forbidden Door, the New Japan Cross AEW pay-per-view occurred last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I unfortunately...
the Atomic Championship, the Atomic Bomb Championship.
Nobody, I guess. But John Moxley did win the interim AEW championship, and Jay White kept the New Japan championship that was on the line. I haven't really gotten to see a lot of the shows, just seen some of the clips. I didn't get a chance to watch it live. So
the Atomic Rumble. That's what they had. The Atomic Rumble.
And then they just drop a bomb on everybody who's left at the end. Yeah, so from everything I've heard, it was a really good show. I do want to watch it. I started watching a little bit of it this morning before we started recording, but I've got that to watch, and I've also got Dynamite was like a very special episode, Blood and Guts, which is their 2 ring next to each other with a double cage around it. Match happened on Wednesday, so I'm sure that was ridiculous. So I do want to go back and watch some of the stuff, but I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I guess the big surprise thing was Bryan Danielson wasn't able to compete, so he had announced that he was going to have a mystery person substitution, basically, and that ended up being Claudio Castagnoli, who is the former Cesaro from WWE. He's a great wrestler, so I'm excited to see him in AEW.
Oh, man, I thought somebody I know.
You might recognize him, if you saw him, but yeah, the name probably doesn't strike you because he's a great wrestler, but they never really did much with him in WWE. But he's a Swiss guy, bald, looks kind of like Jason Statham, basically.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, wrestling's still pretty good. Actually, Money in the Bank for WWE is on tonight, I think. I probably will end up watching that live. I don't know, outside of the Money in the Bank matches.
You still got Peacock?
Yeah, I still got Peacock.
Yeah, because I text you and
I texted you back.
You did, man, it never came through because the text I got was you talking about the computer.
Oh, weird. Yeah, because I texted you back with the password immediately.
Oh, yeah, it never came through for some reason.
I'll resend it to you. But yeah, so I got Peacock, and that's basically why, it's easier for me to watch that than watch New Japan / AEW, unfortunately, because they're still part of the old pay-per-view model, so everything's, $60 to watch and everything like that, and I can't do that, Dominic. So I'm hoping, there was talk at one point, with all the Warner stuff and the HBO stuff, that maybe they would be coming to HBO Max. If they were able to move their pay-per-views onto there, I would definitely be able to catch them a lot more often than than I do now. But they also don't do a pay-per-view every month like WWE does. But still a lot of money to invest in it. So
Yeah.
Usually worth it, I guess,
Go ahead.
but not for me. Sorry.
I totally forgot. I forgot to talk about the USFL.
Yes.
Yeah, so I did watch those playoff games, and they both were good. And the championships ended up being Alabama, who was undefeated most of the year and only lost one game, against New Jersey, who's a team I said was going to be my favorite team in the beginning because they're the closest. Not New Jersey, Philadelphia. Philadelphia. That was the team that was going to be my favorite team in the beginning of the year because they were the closest team to us. But I just said I was going to choose the best team, and they might end up winning it. So they'll be like, hey, I guess you are going to end up with my favorite team. But anyway, yeah, Philadelphia, they beat New Jersey, who only won one game, and they had the MVP on that team. It was a close game. Like, New Jersey was beating them up pretty good until the second half when they had 3 injuries in a row happen. First, their running back, who was really doing a lot of the work for the teams, really keeping the offense going, got hurt. And then the next play, the quarterback got hurt. And he had thrown an interception. And then their best defensive guys got hurt the next play. So I was like, oh my God. I said, Philly's about to lose because of these freaking injuries, like this bad luck. I know the quarterback came back. I don't know if the defensive guy came back, but the running back was out. They don't know if he's coming back. Well, at the time of the game, they didn't know what his status was going to be for this game. So I haven't looked at the news yet to see who's actually playing. But Philly did stay, like they had lost the lead. I think it was like a kick return. That Jersey got a touchdown. They got the lead. But then a punt return by Philadelphia got them the lead back. And I was like, oh, wow. It was a good game. And the second game was pretty good, too, against Alabama. Alabama ran away with it at the end and won. But it was a good game. They were playing against the Louisiana, I want to say, what they call them, the Breakers. That's a all right name. I mean, I never thought of that. Like think of that, like actually like the Water Breakers and stuff. But yeah, so it's gonna be Alabama versus Philly. I mean, it's pretty good that Alabama's there because that's where they all played. They played mostly in Alabama, so at least the fans who actually go into the games and stuff, their team that they probably mostly rooted for is in there. Yeah. Or you could say it's fixed. You could say it's fixed. No, but they're still playing in Canton, Ohio, so that's where the championship will be on. By the time you hear this, it already happened, but it was on Fox on Sunday night at 7:00, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'll watch it. I ain't doing nothing else. So
that's why WWE had to be on Saturday because they didn't want to compete with that.
Oh, so that's why. Okay. But you know what? Maybe Fox did say that. They probably said, "Look, we got your
SmackDown.
Goddamn SmackDown, SmackDown." So I was like, "Hey, man, you can't be. We need this." Or they probably would have switched. Or they would have switched at least. Just put their shit on Saturday or whatever. But
I think it might be like a UFC fight or something that's happening. Because originally Money in the Bank was supposed to be like a stadium show. They were supposed to be at the Las Vegas Stadium, and they had to move it to like one of the arenas or something because tickets weren't selling.
All right. And I also got to mention last week, we had a couple of deaths. We had all Ravens related deaths. You know, they have the guy who passed away. He was only 26 years old in the Ravens. I forgot his name. He's a defensive guy. Jalen Ferguson, I believe. And they just, at the time, they didn't know how he died. Well, we didn't know how he died, I should say. But now we know the tox reports and everything comes to like fentanyl and cocaine.
Oh, wow.
It's in the system.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's sad.
It probably is.
And the other big one is Siragusa.
Yeah.
Him passing away, ex-Raven, ex-something Colt before the Ravens, I want to say.
That sounds right, yeah.
But, yeah, and...
Ex-star of The Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did a lot of sideline reporting. Like, young people probably know more of the sideline reporting because of That's what he's been doing after the Ravens. He retired.
I was looking at some of those pictures of him in like the older style helmets with like the one bar across the face, and I'm like, man, the Ravens can't be that old. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the league for a little bit, man, and he's just said that he had that hairstyle like he's from the early '90s or something, in the late '80s. And maybe he did have that hair. He probably had a hairstyle most of his damn life, but he probably just kept it. Because I'm like, dude, you're from another era. Even though I seen you won in Super Bowl in like 2000. but yeah, man, he was on a. See, we saw him at the tail end, like he was about to retire. But hey, at least he got a ring before he left the league. But yeah, he was. Yeah, I always liked. He was a funny dude. He seemed like I was a funny dude, man. Talking and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I liked to do the sideline report and everything. And yeah, I didn't know how he died though. The time I saw it, they didn't say.
Yeah.
But they said he died in his sleep. I know that. That's what his son said. So yeah, that was sad. I think he was only 56 or something.
Yeah, it's like 55, 56 or something.
Yeah, he was young. He was. I mean, look, young to be dying, but like that.
Absolutely.
All right. So I guess we can get into what we've been watching. You go ahead first, and we can all talk about Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I finally saw it.
Yeah, so I watched Miss Marvel this week. Another enjoyable episode. I have some concerns that maybe they're trying to make it a bigger, like more expansive, world-threatening, issue than it initially seemed like maybe they were going. It seemed in the first couple of episodes that it was going to be very localized and kind of small, like neighborhood Spider-Man-esque story. And in this episode, she travels to Pakistan to meet with her grandmother, and adventures ensue from there. But it's just like, it's still good, but it's very much like, where are we going with this? I'm starting to get concerned that maybe we're reaching a little too far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Overall, it's still good. The writing I like, and the characters I like. They introduce a couple of new characters in this episode that are interesting. So, yeah, it's still good.
All right. So now we can talk about Doctor Strange. Well, I mean, you talked about just how you liked it. So I saw it. So now that I saw all of it, I think it was okay. It wasn't great to me, by all means. They really made Wanda, like, she just went off the deep end. Like, she is just killing, spoiler alert, Wanda is like the villain, and she is just killing everyone.
It's a character assassination, Dominic. They destroyed her.
And character. That's what people were saying?
That's what some people were saying.
Oh, and it's not that she's just killing people; she's killing them brutally. Like, it's like
really,
it's like you can't. When I seen how she killed the first person, which it was a nobody at the time, but it was one of those people at Shangri-La or whatever that the hell they call, and how they was burned to a crisp. I was like, okay, yeah, they she is brutal. I was like, yeah, there's no coming back now. I said, wow, this can't be no coming back from this. It's like, it literally cannot. You will literally have to go to the other universe and get a new Wanda because this one is done. Yeah, the movie was okay. I don't know why I just didn't have that. It was really nothing to really make it super exciting for me compared to other movies, to the other Marvel movies. I'm thinking, do I like this better than Shang-Chi? I don't know. Or this maybe the same. I probably like a little bit better than Shang-Chi, maybe, because I actually did finish watching this. By Shang-Chi, I just stopped at the end. I felt like I was done.
Yeah.
I feel like, maybe I did I probably did like this better than that one. But I didn't like it better than Black Widow, and I didn't like it better than Spider-Man, I guess. Trying to think of other posts. I think those are like the only post-Marvel movies I've seen.
Movie-wise.
Yeah, so, I mean, the characters and stuff was all right. The story, I mean, I just feel like the multiverse stuff could have been more. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just felt
definitely
like
going into it, I mean, I at least expected more multiversal adventures when there weren't really like a lot of multiverses. There were just a couple. It's like, here's 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was really expecting to see like so many different versions of different heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought it was like, oh, it's cool. I'm seeing Fantastic Four. I'm seeing X-Men, and then I'm seeing a different Captain Marvel, and I'm seeing Captain Britain, and but I was thinking I was going to see other universes where there's other people who are different and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, you didn't really travel a lot. I'm kind of want to see that multiverse movie with the Asian one, with the Asian movie with the multiverse.
The stuff. Everything or Nothing at All or something like that. I've heard that's very good.
Yeah, I want to see that, see how that is. Because I really thought this, because I was curious, like, wait a minute, Doctor Strange doing multiverse stuff, and that's a bigger name. I wonder what movie's going to be better between those two. Because now I want to see that. Because I think that's more what the disappointment was, is that this wasn't as big as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. Yeah, it just felt like it could have been a whole lot more, and it wasn't to me. And the whole ending of like seeing Charlize Theron, like I was thinking like, oh yeah, was she in the Marvel universe? I had to go look up to see what character was she.
Yeah.
I forgot, and then I realized no, she wasn't.
No, this is the first time.
This is some other characters in the comics, but nobody would have known that if you don't read the comics.
Right.
And like me, I don't know nothing about Doctor Strange. I didn't know about him having a girlfriend or anything. I don't know who she was. Yeah, apparently that's somebody who does become his lover. And I guess our Pacific universe. I don't know what the fuck she's going to be in this universe.
Yeah.
So and and like she heard this showing up, it meant nothing to me.
Same.
Like
yeah,
it really meant nothing because it's like okay, and then the third eye show. Then it's like oh, so you show him getting a third eye, like and the third eye just popping up.
Yeah.
But then you show another scene where it seems like he's just in control.
Yep.
And it's like, wait a minute, you skip. There's something that's missing.
Yeah,
between that point and this point. So he's in control. Like how much time had passed? Like it just hurt, or that was just pain of it hurting to open a third eye. So okay, I just got 3 eyes now. Like what the hell? That was a little weird. It's like, y'all could have done.
It was very disjointed. And I feel like with the Charlize Theron thing, like maybe they were hoping more for people being excited about seeing Charlize Theron than actually knowing who that character is. Because again, like unless you are familiar with probably specifically Doctor Strange comics, you aren't really going to know who that is.
No. Yeah, because when I saw her, I was like, oh, I gotta go look. See, I was like, I should have to look up shit. Right, man, don't make me look up shit because I don't like doing that stuff. I don't like doing research of needless stuff now. Come on, man. It's just entertainment. I like it, but don't make me work for it. If you make me work for it, then this is nothing.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. Yeah, and Charlize Theron, she's a good actor.
Yes.
I like her and things, but it's not for these movies. I don't care what actor you put in here. It's not going to get me excited. Yeah. Like, because it's not about particularly them. It's about what
that's actually, a praise to them because they've done a good job of taking people that you might not necessarily care who they are and making them characters that you do care more about.
Yeah. So whatever. That's really what I felt about the movie. It was all right. It's okay.
How did you feel about the ending with Scarlet Witch and her sort of maybe having consequences to the fact that she was a villain?
Oh, her dying. Possibly dying. Maybe.
Dying. Definitely feels very possibly dying and not definitive.
I'm okay with that. She was. like, because for me, Endgame, like I gave you that meme, mainly because that's kind of how I feel. Endgame was the last movie, and everything else is just extra stuff.
Yeah,
that happens after. Like I mean, sometimes I might get excited. Oh yeah, I want to see all these things together, but then seeing movies like this brings you back down. Mm-hmm. Like some of the series stuff, like with Loki, kind of brought me up. It's like, oh shit, with what's the guy named the Conqueror?
King Conqueror,
yeah, like that kind of get me excited. But then I see then Doctor Strange and stuff. And like then you got Miss Marvel, you got the Shadow Moon Man, and like those. I mean, they're good. Well, Miss Marvel, I can't say it till I watch it myself. Yeah. But they're good in their own right. But it's not. It kind of brings excitement down for like what can possibly be for me. Yeah. Like it's like, I guess it's maybe. I'm not getting that. It's not building up. Like I don't feel build up.
Yeah, like, they've definitely put themselves in a very weird position because they did get to Endgame and that was incredible. And then where do you go from there? You have to go bigger, right? But they really haven't gone in that direction. And you've seen hints that they might eventually do that with things like Loki. But basically everything else outside of Loki hasn't been that. And even with something like Multiverse of Madness, which I think at least going into it for me personally, I thought we would see things like that explored more because that was what you were
more of a build up.
Yeah,
I thought it was building up, and then maybe that scene with Charlize Theron is going to make more sense to where they're building up to. But that didn't do it for me for that movie though, because it just I don't know what's going on. Like Loki felt a build up, but then I don't know what it is. And then you talk about, the Dark Avengers or something like that. You know, again, this other team together.
Right.
Like, for what? For what? Why are they getting this other team together? I don't give a damn. Because honestly, it's feel like you're just building up another Avengers because there's no regular Avengers, really.
No Avengers, yeah.
Yeah. And the whole thing, people can talk about, Sword. Like I said, I still haven't seen that ending of Spider-Man 2. So the whole Sword thing, I see nothing in these movies relating to that.
No,
so I'm like, that's why I feel like I'm not missing out on anything. That's why I didn't even bothered to go look at it. So I'm like, they ain't even done anything with that. So what the hell do I care? I don't even know what the fuck what's going on with Nick Fury? Like, what the hell is going on with that? Like,
I mean, it seems so crazy that they're doing a Secret Invasion series at some point. And in the comics, at least, I wasn't necessarily reading at the time, but that's why it seems even bigger to me because like from the outside looking in, like that was a huge thing, finding out that like half the people in the world that you've been reading comics about it are actually Kree or something like that, or Skrulls rather. And, you know, it seems like you would do that kind of thing with that show. And you've had moments in like Spider-Man Far From Home where you find out that, you know, Nick Fury is a Kree or whatever. And I guess you could, or
so
whichever,
he was a Kree?
Skrull.
He wasn't a Skrull?
Yeah, as a Skrull.
So I'm confused. So are the Skrulls good or bad in this universe?
In this universe, I think they're supposed to be good. At least the ones that we've seen. Now
so
there
why
could
is
be
the Skrull pretending to be him?
Well, in that case, I think he's purposeful. I think at Nick Fury's order, or
because he's doing something else.
Yeah, I think that's basically the idea. There is Nick Fury's off in the space station, fucking around in shorts and flip flops, pretending to be on a beach while somebody's taking his place because he doesn't need to be there, or thinks he doesn't need to be there. Yeah, so I think that's purposefully there, but I would imagine they have to have like some sect of Skrulls that, oh no, these are the bad ones, and the ones that we met previously were actually, just a good small group of them, and we're going to be in trouble when the other ones take over. Because I
kind of wish they didn't do that.
Yeah,
I kind of wish they didn't do that whole the Skrulls were good thing, and I wish they would have made it more complicated. Like, they're not good or bad. These are just people, and we're just in the middle of the war between them and the Kree.
Right.
like they do in the Marvel universe. Like, because at first I actually thought the Kree were good, and when I was like through the comic stuff, but then I saw what the Kree done. I say, oh, so these guys are both somewhat enemies of humans. It just depends on what's going on. Like, they, enemy or foe, they don't like each other, but we're not particularly allies with either one, really. It's just like we're just in the middle of some conflict between them two.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I just don't know what the build-up is to. Because that's one thing. I thought Multiverse was going to have some connection with what Loki was doing, because that did what multi-universes.
Absolutely.
But it didn't. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess not. And and just like with the whole multiverse series we saw.
What if?
The what if, and like that wasn't, because first I was like, is that the Doctor Strange that saved the multiverse that he's been? But then I was like, oh, I guess not. He's just another evil version who was eviler. I don't know.
Yeah. And like you see Captain Carter, but like it's not, all of those cameos were just, like 2 minutes because they just all die. I mean, was it a surprise to you at all, or was it exciting to you to see, like Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, I mean, there was a surprise, and I was like, oh. But then the way they died, I said, oh, I guess they were insignificant, so never mind. It's like she just killed them. I was like, God damn, man. I'm mad there's no other version of the Hulk or something. Like, I just think like we couldn't see other versions. I just felt like there's so much. Maybe it had to be Hulk, but just something. Like, it should have been something more.
Yeah,
to
you
this,
think
man.
Multiverse, you think, like I'm gonna see different variations of all the heroes I know, and then it very much wasn't that. I mean, I wonder, because this was supposed to come out at a different time. Like, this was supposed to come out before Spider-Man. And I don't know, as far as Loki goes, if it would have came out before that. And then you start to wonder, like, how they changed it around to, not include this or to include this. And it very much feels like a standalone product with this. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't build up to anything. And I think that's part of the disappointment for me, at least personally, is you're coming off of Loki, where you saw the multiverse first kind of explored and become a thing, and then you had this thing that's like the Multiverse of Madness, and then it's so far completely unrelated to the multiverse that they have built up for me and set up for me to be excited for.
Yep. So I guess the next thing is Thor: Love and Thunder, and I probably won't see that until it comes on Disney Plus. So I guess I'll talk about it in maybe September or something like that. Or maybe in August. I mean, the way Doctor Strange came out, fast that came out. Yeah. But so that's it for what I've been watching. And I guess we could talk about, I mean, I know the Games Done Quick is happening again. This is on the summer's Games Done Quick is going on now. And they finally are on location. Even though some people are still streaming, but they do actually have an event at a location. So yay, but they wear a mask. So I'm disappointed. I'm like, come on, COVID's over. It's all done with, man. We all know now it was a plot from the government, and there's all the conspiracies and whatever you read.
They're wearing masks because they're all anti-vaxxers, and they won't.
Oh, okay.
They can't get their proof of vaccination cards, so they're being forced to wear masks. Dominic, that's what it is. You're playing the Wind Waker right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're doing that, and I watched some of those. I watched them play Mass Effect. I see somebody do Mass Effect 1, the PC version.
How long is that?
I see an hour or something.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was 2 hours, because it just did the main quest.
Right.
It was any. It was any.
It's crazy.
What else did I see? I saw Kirby's Dream, the new Kirby game. They did that one. They did what's another one I saw? I feel like it's another 3D one. There was another Spiral one, but I've seen Spiral a few times, so I didn't bother watching it. Original Spiral. I forgot the other game they played. It was a Pokemon game, Pokemon Snap N64. I saw some of that game. But this stuff's always cool. Always cool to see happen. All right, so now I guess we talk about what we've been playing. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Real quick, just because Fall Guys, I returned to that because it's now free to play. I downloaded it on the Switch and played a couple of rounds of that. I was telling you before we started recording, it is rough on the Switch. The first level that you play when there's 60 people in there is borderline a slideshow. Like, if that game's running faster than 20 frames per second, I am shocked, honestly. It's still relatively playable, but it's definitely does not look good. But that is alleviated a little bit as you get further along in the game and fewer people are on screen at a time. I was telling you, like, I felt like I was either just playing against unskilled people or bots or something, because I actually won for the first time ever. Actually won the whole thing on my first time playing on the Switch. And I played for about like 2 weeks when it came out on the PlayStation originally, pretty dedicatedly, and never really got close. But I will say the round that I won in, I didn't do any of the like multiplayer ones or grab the tail style ones. It was all just races or like obstacle stuff.
That is luck. You didn't play no multiplayer ones. I always play a multiplayer one,
because those are definitely my least favorite. Like
because you rely on your team.
Mm-hmm. And the only one that it wasn't like a race style one was the one where you're just standing on the circular platform and the things are spinning around and you got to jump over them. And that's pretty easy. Although the last round that I played, somebody grabbed me while the thing was coming around. And
that was me. That was me. That's why.
Well, it's funny because I was trying to do that to other people. And then some other guy came up, and right as I was about to jump, he grabbed onto me. And I was like, no. I just went flying off. But that game's still a lot of fun. I didn't have any of like my cosmetics from the PlayStation one, so I don't know if those two are tied together or if I need to do something extra to get them tied together. Maybe I just like never signed in with an Epic account on the PlayStation or something. I need to go back and do that. But I think this could get me to go back and play it a little bit like on the PC or something where it'll run a lot better. Because that game still is a lot of fun, and if I can avoid the multiplayer ones, I'm here for it. Because like the Wipeout style obstacle courses are just a lot of fun, and seeing those little bean guys just getting whacked about if it's not you and you're just running past them is hilarious. So yeah, it's still a good game. Switch version, like I said, is maybe not the optimal way to play it, but it is also a way to play it. So if that's all you got is a Switch, then it's worth giving it a shot there. So I played that. I also played some Ninja Turtles. I ended up having to play it streaming on the PC because for whatever reason, I'm still having, I was telling you, I got the computer stuff I was talking about sorted out for the most part, but I'm still having trouble in Windows. Like, I can't get Windows to activate because most of my hardware's changed and it just doesn't like that. And I don't know if that has anything to do with why I can't play like stuff from the Xbox app or whatever, but it won't boot. Like, it's installed, but it won't boot into the game. So I was like, all right, I want to play this game. I'm just going to play it streaming. And that experience has been perfectly fine. There have been a couple of times where, the screen gets a little weird, but it wasn't anything like game breaking or anything. It was just momentary. Like, oh, my screen's going to look like a CRT, getting degaussed or something real quick for a second. But the game itself, I'm liking a lot. I'm playing on like the medium difficulty level, and I wish they would go back and update Scott Pilgrim to have like a difficulty level like this, because I'm having a lot of fun with this game where I like Scott Pilgrim, but that game was just too hard to actually have me really enjoy a lot.
Exactly.
And this so far has been like right about the perfect amount of difficulty. And the fact that I could turn it down from here just makes me even happier, because I could be like, oh, if they are starting to beat up on me in later levels a little bit, I'm just going to turn this shit down. I was playing as Michelangelo. It seems like from the stuff I was watching of you playing as Leonardo, it doesn't seem like there's much difference as far as, different turtles go.
But they tell you how one's faster than the other one. When you look at the stats.
They do say that. So maybe I'm just not the type of person that picks up on that stuff.
I have no idea.
As far as
I'm just saying
feel-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard that April O'Neil is OP, so, it's very possible.
Oh, okay. She got the boobs. They make you OP.
The ninjas get distracted. Foot Clan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm having fun. Like I've only played a couple of levels, but it's great so far. It looks great. It feels good. Like I said, I'm enjoying it gameplay wise a lot more than I did Scott Pilgrim, and I really like that game. So, it's only a step up from there. I haven't tried with playing with anybody or anything yet. I just playing single player, but that seems like that would be a really cool experience. And I'm glad that they have not only online play, but they also have online play with randoms, matchmaking stuff, which is what these games need in order to, for me at least, to give them a shot. Because
exactly,
it's just so hard to get people together, and even if you do get people together online, it's still hard to make those times meet up. So yeah.
All right, so. Yeah, I've been playing some more Turtles, and I'm a little farther. I am on stage 8 of it that I've gotten up to. But I played with some randos too, having fun. I played with some Michelangelo. I played with Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and I did play with April, I think, online. That was from 2 weeks ago. I just don't remember what she did, honestly. I forgot. I forgot her moves. I think that was still early stages. I didn't know how to play. I was still learning. What else have I done in the game? I think that's it, really. Like I said, I wish the extra stuff was more to it, the collectible stuff. But hey, overall, the game it's great. All right, so what else I play? I played some more Ace Combat. Just playing some missions. I'm still playing missions I already played before. And because I still have my save from the previous one? I still have it. I think it's still up there, but I don't remember what I did, so I'll start from the beginning. So I think I'm getting close to new stages now, but just having fun with that game. I just love the feeling of zooming and flying so fast and shit, the dog fighting and also the bombing runs when I'd be bombing the people on the ground. I wish you could hear the screams. If you hear the screams, that would make it so much better. It's I know you don't really hear the screams in real life, but it should be because we get the camera view of the bomb dropping. I should hear people's screams as it happens, and people running out
in the well,
fire,
scream or whatever.
On fire, just running around or trying to stop, drop, and roll, but the fire still won't go out. Yeah, I want all that. But anyways, Chorus, the game I mentioned a few weeks ago, it's another flying game, a flight game, and now I've gotten some better weapons to make it a lot easier to dogfight. And I like this game too. It's this. I like the way this futuristic type of flight game it is. And now I finally got the ship that you left. So now here's what the story is. Yes, you did destroy the planet, but you left the group, the cult group, whatever they are, that are doing this. I guess they're like the Empire, as you say. And thing is, you had a ship and you had left it, but now you're going back to claim that ship. And it's the ship is an AI too. And Like it's upset you left it, but now you're back together. It's still untrustworthy of you, but he wants to work together with you to go after the cult group because they attack the people you're with now. You have to stop their invasion though, but y'all preparing because they're going to come back later on. But this ship is a whole lot faster than the one I was using, and so it's cool to have that AI thing now talking to you a bit. I just don't like this parts where you're talking to yourself when you're thinking, like you kind of whispering to yourself of things, and it gets a little annoying. And it's like, I don't like that. I don't like the whispering. Like, you have to whisper all the time. I can't just be like, just a thought, regular thought, just talking normal. It's like, what you whispering for? Nobody can hear you. It's your thoughts. But yeah, it just gets a little annoying to me. But other than that, I mean, the game is cool. It's all right. The story is pretty basic. I mean, I'm still in the beginning stages of it though. But I like the flight. It's easier to do combat, and also to like, I don't get real dizzy like I do with some flight games. I can easily rotate to be like in the normal view and whatever. So the game is, I mean, it's fun. So like playing that Ace Combat, like these two flight games, but they actually, I mean, Ace Combat I believe is control wise is better. But Chorus is pretty damn good too. And it's a smaller, I never heard the studio before, so I'm gonna say it's a smaller game. Mm-hmm. What else we have? I played some more Trails, still playing some more of that. Not really much to say there. On the Oculus, I played some Creed. I fought in my second match, I believe it is now, and I'm in Mexico or something. I'm still playing underground shit, and yeah, now that my controller is actually working, I got to work better. It feels a whole lot better, boxing and blocking. And like when you get knocked out, it's like you do that thing where in the first Doctor Strange when they send your soul out of you, when the lady does that, like that's how you are. You're almost like your soul leaves your body. You're trying to kind of attach back to it. Like you gotta match your hands to where your character is, and then you'll go back into it. So that's like, yeah, I like that. Clever, yeah. The blocking and stuff is real good. The punches are it feels a whole lot better than what it did for me in the fight. What's it called? I forgot what the game is called. Fight something. That's on the Oculus. That's also, well, it seemed like it was popular. I think it's still one top because I still see it up there on the store as a popular game. So, but yeah, Creed is definitely the most popular one, and it looks like it. Like I said, with the budget wise, it definitely looks like it. But it's funny, like I look like the voice of Michael B. Jordan is your character, like you're him. Like I see it as him. Mm-hmm. But when I'm in the gym, he looks a little light to me. His arms, and I was like, this don't look as dark as Michael B. Jordan is, man. But yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, like the story. This is a story. I guess it's a story mode. I wonder if if I do single player, you could create your own character or something like that. Mm-hmm. What else did I play? I played some Moss, so I'm back to playing Moss again because I know 2 is coming out, even though it's coming out on exclusive on PS5 first.
Yeah, doing that again initially. Okay,
so I'm playing some Moss because I'm gonna beat that game. I'm gonna at least beat one game on the goddamn Oculus. But I had to start from the beginning since I was doing it on my sister's. Oh, and my other sister, she just picked Oculus up. She got it in the mail yesterday. So I was over there, and they were telling me how she got it. And her partner, she was telling me how she's going to use this app because she got the stationary bike. And it's like a stationary bike app thing with the Oculus where it can be like, kind
of like a Peloton.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like a cheaper Peloton. That's cool. Basically. Yeah.
That's crazy that you can buy a VR headset and a stationary bike probably for cheaper than a Peloton itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And now, I mean, last time I heard the Pelotons weren't selling that well.
They were like laying people off and stuff.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess people are saying, hey, COVID's over. I can just go outside now.
You can ride a real bike.
Yeah. So anyway, so Moss, I'm still playing the beginning levels. So I'm still playing stages I already played before. So I haven't got to a point where it's new. But the game, yeah, that game's incredible. I do like it. Like I want a game that's like that, but does more like a Mario. I want a Mario like a VR game in that setting, and like you're doing Mario shit and stuff. That'd be cool. To play a game like that. Yeah, and that's basically it. That's for what I've been playing. I'm trying to think. Did I play anything else interesting? Nah, I don't think so. I didn't play any of the new games that came on. It was really nothing really big new on Game Pass. It was one game, but I forgot what it was, but I didn't try it. Yeah, so that's it. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. So now we flashbacking to 2012. We're in a new month, but we still got a few days of last month to go through. So at the end of June, we have on the PS3, which is this Record of Agarus War 2.
That sounds like some anime stuff.
Oh, it is definitely some anime stuff I see on this cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at these anime girls. They're fighting in wars.
I'm sure they're 99 years old. It's fine.
Looking sexy, fighting in wars, looking like 12-year-olds or something. But here we go. The plot is one day the world was enveloped by a mysterious blinding light. The destruction it caused was terrible, even as the light itself was sublime in its beauty, and it made those who witnessed the awesome display think of the unrestrained rage and fury of the divine.
Oh my goodness.
The central continent from where the light is believed to have originated from went silent, while at the same time demons began to spread throughout the world like a plague amongst the survivors of the catastrophe. The fateful day became known as the Day of Light. And I guess what we have here, I'm trying to fast forward to what the hell are you doing? It's been blah, 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 blah. For it will be the power that will be. Okay, I'm not going to that plot. Okay, it's a stupid plot. Just like what's the anime stuff. But it's just differences and improvements. So this must be okay.
Like a release.
I guess War. It's a tactical role playing game. Okay. So all right. So it's like a role-playing game, and I don't see a reception for this game in the Wikipedia. They don't want to tell me how people liked it.
Because they didn't. They hated it.
All right. So I'm just going to say, yeah, people, they loved it. Don't say they loved it. It's the best game ever.
They hated it. Anime garbage. 0 out of 1.
All right. Here's a big one. 10 years ago, we got The Walking Dead episode 2 came out.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't wait for this. I was like, yes, I finally got episode 2. And to find out what's going on, what's happening with this group here.
It's episode 2 where they go to the farm the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. That's what's called Starve for Help.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when you meet the people who like to eat people. Yep, man, this is what you got to do when it's an apocalypse, man. Because they think that cow was there for the milk. Just like we need it for the milk. We ain't gonna kill her. And she was pregnant too. So it's like, hey, we need that future calf.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's a male and he grow up and then make some more babies. It's animals, Daniel. They don't count.
Still does, I think. I don't know. Now I don't want to look up whether that happens all the time.
I don't know. Maybe because I look at animals beneath us. Maybe because I am like a person from the Bible. They're beneath us that I don't. Those things mean nothing to me because it's like you're beneath. You can do that stuff because you're animals. Y'all are freaking savages, whatever. It's
all because they can't read the good word, Dominic.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that game was incredible. Yeah, that story. Yeah, that was very traumatizing for me. I could sleep for days. All right. So what we got here? We got Final Fantasy 3 came on an Android. So yay, you can finally play it on your phone. And it probably was already on iOS. And they probably had it first for a while. Now people will probably piss the Droid community. Yeah. But now it's like, yes, we can finally steal it. All right. So what else? The Amazing Spider-Man came out for the Droid and iOS, so you can finally play that game on the phone. And I don't know Where Is My Perry, which is the duck Platypus. Well, okay. Duck-billed platypus.
Duck-billed platypus from Phineas and Ferb.
Like Phineas and Ferb, yeah. It's game on iOS.
And I think it was based on like Where's My Water, which is that Disney alligator game where you're basically moving pipes around to make what. It's basically like the lock-picking mini game from BioShock where you're moving the pipes around. So it was actually pretty all right because I think I played Where's My Water for a little bit.
There was a type of game like that in Ratchet and Clank games in the PlayStation 2 when you did some of that hacking stuff. Yeah. So they did it first.
I think there's games even older than that, Dominic. I know that. That was the first game ever. People think about Tetris. There was this water puzzle first.
Yeah. All right. So what else we have here? We got Mini Ninjas Adventures came out for the Xbox Live Arcade. This is with the little chibi looking ninjas in there, and they did stuff.
Yeah, I didn't realize for a while, or rather I'd forgotten, I think, that there was a second Mini Ninjas game. Because there was the first one, and then I guess there was another one that came out that had like Kinect support too at some point.
Oh, really? There.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a game I think I played the demo of it. I think it was a demo on Xbox 360, and I played it. I don't remember it. I mean, I know it was an action game, but I don't know. It wasn't something I was wanting to play, but I mean, it got rated okay. It got a 73 on Xbox 360. It came on everything else too. Eventually, it came on Wii. It got the highest grade on the Wii and Metacritic, 79. I guess maybe the motion controllers did it for it. I don't know.
They just had less standards back then, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So what else we have here? We got. That's it. That is it for. Oh no. July. Here we go. Now we're in July finally. So we got a game called Feed Me Oil. The droid, so I guess it's a car maybe, and it's asking for oil. I have no idea.
Transformer.
It looks like a monster who's drinking oil. So I don't know.
Maybe he'll save our world, Dominic.
Yeah. Also, we have Test Drive Ferrari Racing Legends. So on a PS3 and Xbox 360, a test drive game, and it got rated a 62 and 61 on the PS3. And 360, so not great. We also have the Secret World, wherever the hell this is, on Windows. Looks like maybe Secret Agents, because I'm seeing like a woman and a man and another man. And
is this the MMO RPG?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is MMO.
I vaguely remember that based on the cover.
It is a modern-day real world set in modern-day real world under attack from all cult forces. Ragnar Tornquist led development of the initial game for Funcom. The Secret World uses subscription optional buy-to-play business model, requiring players only to buy the game with no additional subscription fees, with additional benefits to those members still paying a subscription. In 2017, the Secret World was relaunched as Secret World Legends. I don't know if it's still happening. If it's still going on now, okay. Funcom reported the player activity had increased 400% as a result of the model change, and that additional 70,000 units have been sold over the course of 2 months.
I can definitely click a button that says "Play for free" on the Secret Worlds Legends webpage.
Okay, so yeah, it's still going on.
It is incredible how many of these MMOs are just like still around. We never think about them. But there's got to be enough people playing them every day to keep them going.
It said on August 28, 2012, Funcom announced 1,000 copies below company's expectations. Funcom claimed that mixed and poor reviews, coupled with the proximity of Diablo 3, Guild Wars 2, and World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria launches cut the sales of the game. After switching to buy-to-play bot on December 12, 2012. So they switched later. So that's what happened. That's what bought it. That's how it got up to 400%, player count. All right. Yeah. So, okay. They also had some spinoffs. the Black Watchmen universe. In 2018, Human Creation acquired the license rights for Funcom's Black Watchmen intellectual property, which is part of the Secret World universe. It's got a whole universe now. What the hell? And what is this Black Watchmen? Additionally, Alice and Smith have expanded the Black Watchmen universe into 2 spin-off games. Blah, 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 DLC stuff. They got a game called The Park, which is another spin-off. Secret World Legends, which is the one I mentioned, 2017. A television show.
What?
It says in August 2017, American film production company Infinitum Nil, whatever the hell, Nihil, announced production of a television series adaptation. I just announced it. Man, this is not out. Announcements don't count, man.
That's not real. That's never.
So it's not. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what does it look like? Is it like third person? I mean, you seen the video of it?
Yeah, like third person, generic, modern world type looking stuff.
Oh. All right. So what else we have here? We got for the 3DS, Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy, which is like a rhythm game with Final Fantasy music.
Does not feel like it's been that long since that game came out, Dominic.
And the big one, what you will love to talk about, Spelunky. It's been 10 years since Spelunky came out on Xbox Live Arcade. That's when it was first released.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what more I can say about that game that I haven't over the past years. It's great. I think initially I wasn't big into it, but it was watching other people trying to get really good at it and speed running it and stuff that made me far more interested in it, because it's very much about like learning like the quote unquote meta of it and like how the items work and stuff. And none of that's explicitly stated in the game, and having someone that's there to kind of explain it to me a little more always helps me, because I'm very, linear in my thinking when it comes to video games.
Yeah. I mean, video games, we grew up, they're all linear.
Yeah.
They didn't want to expand.
Yep.
Complicate things.
Go into 3 dimensions and whatnot.
So that is it for 2012. And now we're going back 20 years to 2002. And now we're going to start in the last days of June with Sky Gunner for the PS2. And it definitely looks like a flight arcade game, third-person combat flight simulation video game. And it was, what is it, Atlas? And yeah, I think Atlas produced this, developed by Pixel Arts. Published, Sony, Atlas in North America. It was actually published by Sony in Japan. And so Scudder, follows the story of 3 ace pilots, Seal, Copain, and Femi? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? What do you say, Google?
Them.
Okay, Fem, I was right. All right. Who are hired to protect the Eternal Engine, an engine capable of perpetual motion. Okay. Little do they know, the criminal genius Venture is planning to use the town celebration around the luxury airships. Luxury airship, whatever that name is of the airship, as an opportunity to steal the Eternal Engine for his own evil ends. The game got 75 out of 100. It got a pretty good score.
PlayStation 2 games are hard to look at nowadays, Dominic.
Yeah. Well, what does it look like?
It's just all the like sharpness to it. The jaggies and everything makes it hard to like differentiate the foreground from the background and stuff. But it looks like an arcadey third person kind of dogfighting game. It's very cartoony looking.
Very like anime. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see how it looks. Looks like it's the guys are on top of the plane.
Yeah, they're like standing on them. They're flying
like
platforms.
Sonic. Like Sonic on top while Tails flying the plane.
Yep. because we got to be able
Not
to
the other
see
way
our
around.
anime characters down.
Yeah, not the other way around. It should be someone flying a plane with tails on top because he can at least fly and he can fly back on top of the plane. But
Yes, but miles per hour is it's an expert pilot, Dominic.
All right. So where are we at here? We have Barbarian is on the Xbox. Don't click on the wiki because it'll just take you to what are barbarians mean.
The game is clearly killing it then, Dominic.
Game. Well, I guess it came in the GameCube also. All right, because I'm just seeing the GameCube gameplay, but it's the same thing. So I'm just going to look up here. It looks like a fighting game. Yeah. Right now it's Magnus fighting Dagon. And Magnus, of course, look like he has some magic. Yeah, it looks like a fighting game, but I'm going to say it's probably not all that great. It doesn't look that good. Let's see. Metacritic.
Looks like it's an arena combat type thing too, like a Power Stone.
Really? Because the one I saw looked really close up.
Maybe
like that. So you could play with more.
Different one? Well, I mean, it's single player from what I'm seeing, but just the way you're moving around the arena and stuff.
So it is because the one I see is only 2 players. So maybe that's why it's 4 players. Maybe it backs up. Okay. The camera backs up. So yeah, action fighting 3D, 63 on Metacritic. So not terrible. Even though somebody gave it a 90. Armchair Empire. So if you and Maxim gave it an 80.
Maxim. Nice.
Well, Maxim Online gave it an 80.
Nah. Must be some scantily clad women in this.
It better be. Barbarian? Shit.
Wear the loincloths.
Oh, man. I freaking got out. I got to reopen the tab.
Oh, no. Let me tell you what, though. This, oh no, this is Champions in Wrath. I was going to say this gameplay in an emulator looks very good, but turns out it's just a completely different game. Nobody cares to even emulate this game.
All right, so now we got Men in Black 2, Alien Escape. So this came out at the same time as Men in Black 2. The movie, did it? I'm not sure. Yes, it did. It said the game's partially based on Men in Black 2 movie.
Partially. Nice.
Yeah, so it doesn't have that sexy skinny lady in there. All right, so that was the bad guy. So Alien Escape, it takes the role of, you take the role of Men in Black agents, Agent K and Agent J, and are required to stop aliens from blowing up the Earth with a ship-based weapon called the Class 7 Ozone Demographier, wherever the fuck that is. They investigate aliens living on Earth and events similar to the film. And they don't even say this. Basically,
They're just saying the plot of Men in Black.
Yeah. They got a 50 on Metacritic, PS2. So it's half good. That's the way to look at it.
Yep. Glass half full, Dominic. Way to go.
But yeah, it's not that good a game. Even though Game Informer gave it a 7.5 out of 10 on PS2. Who reviewed that? Probably Weiner. Weiner probably did it. All right. What else we got here? We got Gravity Games Bike Street Dirt.
Dirt.
Wow, that's a hell of a title. So yeah, I see a guy on this BMX bike doing something, and it's a midway game. It is it's like don't bother people. Don't even bother with this game. This game is not no Dave Mirror. This is Gravity Games. It got like a 24 on Metacritic.
Yikes.
Gravity Games Bike is a BMX video game and features gameplay similar to that of Dave's Mirror BMX. Just similar because it has a bike. And,
exactly. You ride around on a bike. Yeah.
It has 21 characters and 10 levels. The player's controls BMX biker and is required to complete various goals and blah, 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 just like Dave Mirror and all them. Just was definitely not as good. Yeah. But it got a soundtrack. It got Sugar Ray, Answer the Phone, Disturbed, Down with the Sickness, and Seven
Oh,
Dust.
there you
Praise.
Seven Dust.
All right. So what else we have here? Here we go. We got Bruce Lee, Quest of the Dragon for the Xbox came out.
Now we're talking.
Never seen this game. I've seen the actual box art. I have seen that. I ain't never seen what the game.
Let's say it's like a third-person side-scrolling, but in 3D brawler, if I recall correctly.
On the reception, and all I have is game rankings up here. Not good.
Oh,
35%. So, yeah, doesn't seem like it was that great. What did IGN say here? IGN regarded Quest of a Dragon as vastly inferior to the Game Boy Advance game, Bruce Lee Return of the Legend.
Wow. See, I thought I remembered that game being pretty well received at the time.
Maybe you're talking about the Bruce Lee Return of the Legend on Game Boy Advance. In 2011, UGO.com included it in their list of 102 worst video games ever created. Wow, 102. Was it
because they needed to include this on the list?
Yeah, I'm calling it as close to blasphemy as the fighting genre gets.
I thought they were going to say because of the way it interprets Bruce Lee, but then I was going to tell them just wait until they see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, who was mad? The basketball player was mad. The Laker center. What's his name? Not Shaq. You know him, man. You still know him.
Kareem
he got
Abdul-Jabbar.
The Muslim name. Yeah,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Jabbar, yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, because he was. I guess he was a friend of Bruce Lee, and because I think he was in a movie.
Yeah, he was.
Or something with him.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was upset.
Should have known that's
about
what you're
his
talking about when you said that. Makes sense.
Yeah, he was upset about their interpretation of him. I was like, come on, man, it's funny. Yes.
Come on, Brad Pitt could kick your ass too.
Oh man, I'm looking at this Bruce Lee game. It definitely looks like an early 2000s game.
Yeah, definitely.
Get a ball.
I just like the idea that there's a Game Boy game that's a better version of this.
I need to look that one too. They should play that on Games Done Quick. Someone needs to play that game.
They might have.
He's played this one too.
I feel like maybe I've seen somebody play this on there.
All right, so where are we at here? Okay. Oh, huge game came out 20 years ago from Blizzard. Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos came out. This was huge. I mean, you're talking about people loved Warcraft. You had StarCraft come out, we were playing the shit out of that. But now Blizzard's finally brought back another tactical game. They're finally going back. And this is before they did World of Warcraft. So it was no World of Warcraft. So this is like the first Warcraft thing in years. And I was so excited for this. Because I was also upset because I didn't have a computer that could play this fucking game. But it actually, I did, because my friend, he had bought the game, and then I got a copy of his copy, and it worked. And I was like, yes. Oh, I can play it. I said, oh, thank God. And it played okay. It played okay on my computer. And yeah, I used to play the shit out of this. And I used to love how the artwork looks. Oh man, it looks so good. I like that. I like that look. Like early World of Warcraft, and Warcraft 3, because they got a similar type of art style. Yeah. They stayed with that kind of cartoonish, mystical look. It was nice. And then all the different races you can be, because it was just orcs and humans, from the past ones, 1 and 2. You were just orcs and humans. Now they expanded it, like the orcs actually have a good storyline. I was like, oh, the orcs are not so bad. I thought they were just bad guys. Yeah. And they kind of were, because they were being used though. And then the story goes deeper in this. And then you see how the humans have a bad side too, like with that Ice King guy. He's all going evil. He all looking like Sir Lancelot, and then he goes all evil and all that and shit. And becomes the what they call him?
The Lynch King.
I just thought the Lynch King was someone else. Okay. He's a Lynch. Yeah, he is a Lynch King. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how that started. And then you have the Night Elves. I used to love the Night Elves. I used to love how they look. I used to love the art style of them. I say, oh man, they go invisible. I forgot the other races. Because you already knew about the dwarf shit. They were all with the humans anyway. some night elves. I think it's some other elves. Maybe some regular elves. Well, regular elves. They were archers. Yeah, they were the archers for the humans. So night elves were different. Some other races too that had. But yeah, man. World of Warcraft 3. I love that. I did play some of the expansion to that. I just don't remember it because I played that years later, but I didn't play it as much as the beginning game. Like I want to go back into it. I mean, I know they did that Reforged or whatever it's called, but people didn't like it. But I just want to play for the story. Like I don't play multiplayer or nothing like that. So like it don't really matter to me playing that. But yeah, this was big. Like this is when I was really into like the Blizzard type of games. And then they ruined it by going online, and because I didn't do online, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm never going to get a normal Warcraft game again." All right, so what else we have here? We got Dino Stalker for the PlayStation 2. This is the light gun shooter. They didn't want to call it Dino Crisis, so they just said we're going to call it Dino Stalker. And I mean, I guess for a light gun game, maybe it's all right. I have no idea. I mean. How well was the Resident Evil light gun game? But it probably is rated probably around the same as that, which probably wasn't that good. All right, so we also got Tropico, the first Tropico, but it's like the Macho edition. I'm assuming they have a lot of added shit here or something like that.
You got the Macho Man in there.
Yeah, let me see. I'm curious about that. Macho Man. I want to be Macho Man.
Save the village people in there.
Yeah. It says the set has original Tropico along with Tropical Paradise Island and a new set of scenarios. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of added stuff to it. But this is like they're in Tropical, man. This is 20 years ago. Tropical has even been out already. This is the big collection of it.
Yeah.
Of the first one. And now we're on what? What are we on now?
75 or something.
Is that right? I think it's what 6 or 7 we're on.
Yeah, might be 7.
But it's that same dictator, man. I mean, just like Castro. And Castro lasted a long time.
Just can't take it.
All right. So what else we have here? We got Hooligans. Now I'm gonna look this game up. This game is a British game that came on PC. And never heard it before. It came to the U.S., but it came into the U.S. this month, 20 years ago. And let me see. Oh, they still got a website, Hooligans Game, online PC game. It's an online game?
Or a soccer hooligans game?
No, it seemed like it's I saw a guy with a pipe. So I just imagine, unless you can bring the pipe to the soccer game, I have no idea.
That's what soccer hooligans do. That or they break a bottle and stab you.
Hold up. Let me see. Hooligans game.
Hooligans storm over Europe.
I see that.
I think that's it, isn't it? Because 2002.
Okay, this could be it. Yeah. That's what it is. Oh, it's an isometric view kind of thing. Okay.
The game is played over a football season, and the object of the game is to become the most notorious group of hooligans in Europe in a documentary, where one of the reporters, who is a former hooligan himself, joins the local firm in the Netherlands for a tour around Europe during the Continental Championship and their attempt to see the Dutch get the cup.
It looks like a strategy game. Like you're just fighting. You're doing brawls in the streets. Like of towns.
That's amazing. People will make games about anything.
I see the police. They're beating up people around the burger shop here, and then you see people doing riots. I guess the riot starts outside the stadium, and then it goes off into the streets. Why would
you play Warcraft 3, Dominic, when you could play this? Look at the bloody mess that these people left behind.
Somebody's like, this needs a 2020 release. This is somebody put up
so violent. There's so many dead bodies.
This game brings back memories. Getting them all pissed in a pub was funny. Funny the outrage this seemed to cause. Oh, it must have caused a lot of outrage, like over in Britain. I guess people seeing this.
They're like, this isn't us, and then they go beat people up because
they said. Because no one bats an eyelid anymore at the likes of GTA.
Man.
Oh, man. Yeah, this looks cool.
Just found my new favorite game, Dominic.
Man. See, this isn't like what's that game I played that was real about like the guy who was just killing people?
Oh,
Hatred.
yeah, hatred.
Hatred, like just mass shootings. Like that's something. This is
It's for a cause. You just want to see your football team win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're angry
because they lost.
Yeah, lost the game. Exactly. Yeah. All right. It's all reasonable. This is all reasonable in hockey. In hockey life.
In hockey life.
Yeah, I said hockey. I'm sorry, the soccer life.
I mean, hockey, also hockey life.
I mean, yeah, but not the fans usually. It's usually just the guys on the ice. I see. But yeah, and Canadians, they're all nice, so they probably don't even do balls. But yeah, soccer or football, as they say outside this country, they're crazy.
You know the worst thing about EA moving away from FIFA and calling their game Football Club or whatever, FC? I think that's going to lead to more people in America calling soccer football.
Oh, it may be.
And then you're going to have to call yours American football, Dominic.
And that's good. And put the flag. Right there. It's all right, too.
Yes, it's just going to be emoji flag football.
All right. So what else we have here? We got Hero X came out for the Windows. This is a superhero game, which I should have looked up to see what it was. What it was all about.
I like Hero Y more. You got Hero X, Hero Y. They came out at the same time. You get the one Heroes in X, yeah.
XY chromosome, or what's the one with the extra chromosome? And that's not good. That
Mutants. It's Mutants.
Oh man, damn it. Okay, because I'm far from my computer, and even though I put the font bigger, but the font's not bigger for the tabs. apparently, so that just kind of fucks me up. All right. Isometric view game 2.
This was the day for isometric games, Dominic.
And I guess it's kind of RPG-ish.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
It's locked. It's locked. I mean, he's a hero, isn't it? Can you just bust through the door if he needs to get through?
Yes, he's a hero. He doesn't bust through doors, Dominic. That would be property damage.
He's not a superhero, maybe. Yeah, he's more like a Batman.
It's a poor.
Like a Batman, the TV show Batman, who fucking runs upstairs and shit like that.
It's Adam West. Batman. I mean, they are popping up with Zap and Bam on the screen.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It might just be Adam West.
Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder how it would have got rated. Hero X game, blah, blah, blah. It got a 4.7 out of 5 on Google Play. I guess it's on the phone now. I mean, this type of game looks like, it definitely can run on the phone. Let me see. Reviews.
It's definitely one of those games from the time where, like, it's isometric, but they try and use a very realistic art style. And it's weird because it's almost like Mortal Kombat-esque, where they're just, like, taking pictures of people and objects, but then turn them into pixels.
46 on Metacritic, so yeah, don't bother with this. Unless you want to laugh.
It is
but
amusing.
Yeah. All right, and Zoo Cube, we talked about that last week for the GameCube, is on Game Boy Advance now. So now you can connect them together. Put all the Zoo Cubes in there together. All right, so that is it as far as games. So now you know what we do every month. We do covers. We talk about video game covers and magazines and what they were talking about or what they were showing on here. So we're going to start with 2012, and we got Edge. And on front of Edge, we got Elder Scrolls Online. It's been 10 years, man.
It's crazy.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year it comes out because, they be ahead of stuff. So I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But we're getting close, put it like that. And like Elder Scrolls Online, which is still calling updates. We just talked about it recently this year, the new update. Looks like they got the what's the group called? This look like the Thieves Guild or not the Thieves Guild. What's the bad guild? The guild that actually kills people. Assassin's Guild?
I can't remember. Is it Assassins or Thieves?
I think there is a Thieves Guild, but I think these
they aren't the
were
bad
that
ones.
dark though.
Rogues Guild? That doesn't sound right.
The Thieves Guild, I figure they're bad, but not a whole lot of killing.
Yeah. The Dark Brotherhood.
The Dark Brotherhood, that's what it is. Yes, the
That's
Brotherhood.
the one.
Okay. Yeah. They are the Brotherhood of the Steel in the past. That's what they are. That's how I do it. That's how I put the universe together, Danny.
Wait a second, Dominic. The Brotherhood of Steel are supposed to be the good guys. They're like America.
Anyway, yeah, so we have that on the cover, this guy here, and then what else we got here? Beyond Skyrim, Bethesda opens the gates of Tamriel to the world. And then we got some small letters here that I cannot read because I'm so far away. Oh, here we go. I got it. It zoomed in. How is Bethesda forging massive multiplayer, venturing from its resolutely single-player flagship RPG? And blah, 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 and all that shit. All right, here we go. We got reviews of Max Payne 3, Diablo 3, Ghost Recon Future War, Dirt Showdown, Gravity Rush, and Resistance Burning Skies, which is is that the PSP or Vita? Or is that the Vita? Okay. All right, so what else we have here? We got Game Informer, which has two of them, because this is the Gears of War Judgment, which one is Cold and one is Barrett.
Back when they were young.
Look at Barrett. Look at Cole. Got no facial hair whatsoever. And I'm trying to think, did he have facial hair in the
Doesn't he have like the little thin line facial hair?
I don't remember.
Chin strap kind of thing.
He got something. I don't know. He definitely looked a lot skinnier. He looked like he bulked up. He steroid up now. You can take steroids when you're in the military. It's it's encouraged.
It's encouraged.
All right. What else we have here? Last but not least for 2012. So now we got on XM Call of Duty Black Ops 2 exclusive reveal. Man, Black Ops. Mm-hmm. And what they have quite a few after. They had a 3, they had a 4, they had a 5. Did they have anything at the 5? Was there a Black Ops something?
I don't think so.
I think maybe that's it. No, not yet.
Not yet. That's next.
That's
what they're working on currently.
But 2012's hottest shooter makes the leap to Future War.
I don't know. They have a hotter shooter down there in the corner.
And breaking intel on missions, multiplayer, and more. Also, plus alien colonial marines.
That's the hotter shooter.
Oh, I like to say colonial marines.
Aliens. Colonial.
The Walking Dead. Of course, talking about the Walking Dead episode 2. Borderlands 2, man. And Lost Planet 3. Return to the ice cold wasteland. And that is it. That'll be it for that game. That series.
Yep.
Look, it's a new lower price for the console or the magazine. What's the price
for the
down
magazine.
here? I can't see it.
It is $8.99.
$8.99.
That's what it has on there. That seems excessive.
Yes, it does.
How much were they before? They're $8.99 now.
Yo, it should be like $4.99 to $5.99 at the most.
How do they say new lower price when previous month has $8.99 too? Maybe they are talking about the console.
Yeah, they're probably talking about the console. Cause
if that's the case, wouldn't you make that clear?
Thing is, this
but it's no, because it's on the next month too. It says new lower price. So what is the new lower price? If it's been $8.99 this entire time,
it's really just $8.99.
It was $9.99 in February.
Oh,
That's why you got to sign
That
up for a
magazine
subscription.
costs too goddamn much.
You can't buy them at the checkout. You got to buy them buy them through the mail. Then you pay $7.99 per month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, damn. That is fucking crazy. All right. So there you go. That's the cover for 2012. So now we're moving to 2002, 20 years. Looking at Game Informer here. We got The Getaway. This is a big Sony exclusive. This is like, the Grand Theft Auto in London.
Yep.
Basically. This is
Grand Theft Auto meets Snatch.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
And shit.
Guy
Movies I
Ritchie.
ain't never seen before at the time. I ain't know who the fuck Guy Ritchie was at the time, so that ain't mean shit to me.
Oh,
I
Madonna's
just like
husband.
the Grand Theft Auto. What you say?
I said, Madonna's husband.
Oh. Is this still Madonna's husband?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But the joke was that
Madonna
you didn't
was
know
lucky.
who Guy Ritchie was, but you knew that he was Madonna's husband.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
But
Not very good.
yeah, I mean, Madonna she was never, for me personally, I knew of her. I didn't really know much about her, honestly. I know none of her songs. I couldn't name a song for to save my life. If somebody said you got to name a song to save your life, I say, well, you could kill me now, baby. Because I ain't going to know not one song. Is there a song called Love? Because I'm just going to go with basic names because that's one of them. All right. So, yeah, this is Sony's answer to GTA 3, which is funny. It's like GTA 3 is on your system and it sells the most on your system. It's the reason why people bought your system. It's the reason why people bought your system, too. So it's like, why do you have to answer it? I always find it funny with those kind of statements. Like, it makes sense if it's like, this like Xbox, this is Xbox's game.
Yeah.
Answer to GTA or something like that. So, okay, that makes more sense. But anyway, The Getaway, I saw the production because I used to get the PlayStation magazine, and they have those CDs that show behind the scenes. I saw all like the actors and stuff doing things behind the scenes. So, man, a lot of mocap stuff. And it's like, man, this thing looks good.
Being British.
And I played a little bit. It was okay, but it wasn't no Grand Theft Auto. I never beat the game. I never played enough of it to really judge it. I just read reviews, which was like 7s. They're like in around the 7s ranges of stuff. Yeah, it was no Grand Theft Auto, but I mean, I think it was an okay game. I mean, production value wise, there's a lot of production value into it. But did it do a Getaway too?
I swear there was.
Or at least it was a mention of it. Who knows if it? I mean, I don't know if it came out. I know it was mentioned at least.
Reckless Getaway 2 on the App Store. That's not what we're looking for.
No. Put The Getaway.
The Getaway. Starting to think, no, there wasn't. The Getaway Black Monday.
Oh, yeah.
That
do
came
remember
out
hearing
in
that.
2004. That's the sequel.
Also on the Game Informer cover, they got Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy meets Solid Snake. And
the Getaway 3 was
I was
canceled.
like, nope.
Sorry.
And I was like, whatever. And when I saw that game, I was like, you know what? Sure, it got shadows. Still ain't no fucking Metal Gear. I think ain't no Metal Gear.
It was better.
Yeah, okay. All right, what else we have here? We got Game Pro. And we got The Sims on the front. Like The Sims are finally coming to consoles. Coming to PlayStation 2. World exclusive. And I know my friend was excited for it. He had The Sims on the PC, and then he got the PlayStation 2 version too. I played a little bit of it. The Sims was an alright game. Just didn't do as much as I wanted. I mean, they kind of do what I want now. I don't want to do everything, but all I wanted to do was just walk around naked and have sex with people. That's all I wanted to do. At the time.
It's got to be a dick game version of The Sims, right? That you just do that?
Yeah, I think a lot of them. It's probably a lot. Oh, I don't know. If they have, that's too much work.
That's true.
It's
a lot.
That'd be too much work for those guys. Yeah. All right, what else they have here? They got Tekken 4 up here. They got SOCOM. Oh yeah, teach people how to get to the military. Trying to convert them. You got what else we have here? Resident Evil Part 1. I guess a walkthrough for this. Yeah. Strategy, Battle of Honor Frontline, World Series Baseball, Eternal Darkness, Sandy's Rec Room. Oh yeah, I forget they have a subtitle to that. Time Splitters 2 is on GameCube and Xbox now.
Mm-hmm. I was very excited about that. Then never ended up playing it.
This is the world's largest multi-platform gaming magazine, people. You can't beat that.
Nope.
You can't beat that until
next year when they die.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that soon. But.
All right. What we got here on Nintendo Power? A lot of shit. Here they come. Exclusive E3 wrap up. All these GameCube games will show off at E3.
Dominic, this is the cast of Ultimate Smash Brothers.
Except for Harry Potter.
Nah, he's in there. Batman's in there. The Rock's in there. Logan's in there.
Yeah, I guess.
Tony Hawk's
Well,
in there.
what? It's me characters, the me fighters. Yeah, it's probably a Crash Bandicoot me fighter. That's how we finally get Crash in there.
Godzilla in the background there. Powerpuff Girls. They're all in there.
Oh, look, it's the Hobbit.
Yep.
I see the Hobbit in there. Scooby Doo's back here.
I didn't even see.
You got some guy on a surfboard. Who's the guy on a surfboard?
Where is he at?
Is it 1080? Is there a 1080 game or something?
Oh, snowboard
on
guy?
GameCube?
I think, yeah, there was a 1080 game.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Well, I see Monkey Ball. You know what? Monkey Ball's not a character. It's but it is a trophy, right? Or something?
I think, yeah, there must be a trophy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's an army man back there. There's Sarge.
Oh, yeah, Army Man. Then the Army Man gangs, man. They didn't bring them back then. They be the resurgence. The resurgence. This is called resurgence.
Resurgence. Oh, no. They've probably already done that, right? You're just pulling that out of the back of your mind that you've tried to forget.
All right. So now we're going to PlayStation Magazine, unofficial one. And we got Aragorn on the front for Lord of the Rings, what I think it will end up being the Two Towers one. I was about to say Twin Towers.
I was going to say, wait a second. I don't remember that part of.
Because that was like the first movie. Yeah, that's the first movie game was the Two Towers one. Because they didn't do one for one.
Yeah.
They kind of combined a little bit, I think, of the early, like some of one into that. Because one is not really.
It's a lot of walking.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of Hobbit stuff. It's not like a lot of like you don't want to fight as a Hobbit. Yeah. And like who wants to fight as a Hobbit?
Until you play the Hobbit.
But yeah. Well, it'd be a different game though. And which it was a battle. It was like licensing. Like it was like the movie license and then the book license. And that's why they did a Hobbit game or Lord of the Rings games where like it's just based off the book, while EA had the license for the movie. So what we got here? Oh, the next Grand Theft Auto, The Getaway. So they told me The Getaway up here. Also, how to play as the Green Goblin, score big in freestyle, and take first in test drive. So play as the Green Goblin. Will that be the Spider-Man game or there's a skateboarding game?
That was the Spider-Man game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have had him like in a glider and Tony Hawk just glide
the glider
around.
would have been a cool skateboard, yeah.
Yeah.
You take his mask off and it's just William Dafoe skateboarding around like an old man.
All right. PS2 Online, test it. We played the first games. Twisted Metal, Frequency, NFL Game Day, and SOCOM. Also, Tony Hawk 4, he's back. Tony's new levels are totally insane. They're insane, Daniel.
Insane.
PS2 Movie Mania. You got James Bond and then Lord of the Rings on the front. Oh, was that James Bond cover of this? Something?
Maybe I didn't see that on the website.
Yeah, it says 202. Yeah, it says 202 covers. Oh, okay, so the other one was James Bond. Well, good we didn't pick that because we want to talk about that later. Also, you got Platform Paradise. You got Ratchet and Clank. The whole Ratchet and Clank's about to have its 20th anniversary. Rayman 3. Sly Cooper. Oh, man. Medal of Honor Frontline. And then look at that. You got that guy. I think I shot him. I don't think I ever took any prisoners. War.
It's because he's going to turn around and shoot you anyway.
War is hell, but this game is heaven.
It's awful. It's awful.
How's that awful, Daniel?
It's bad.
How's that awful? Reviewed, freestyle, FIFA World Cup, Spider-Man, UFC Throwdown, Test Drive. Also, new screens of Soul Calibur 2. It's hotter than ever. Yeah, that scantily clad woman with the silver hair who I don't know the name of.
Ivy.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. Where first PlayStation 2 game, Perfect Dark 2? What?
Wow, that's not a thing that ever happened.
Yeah. What the hell are they talking about? What, some rare former employees or something? Which they already did Time Splitters.
I was gonna say maybe that's what they're talking about, because I mean, it's so long ago now I don't remember rumors, but like as far as I recall, they were Nintendo's until Microsoft bought them.
Yeah.
And that came as a surprise.
007 Nightfire and 7 more blockbuster movie games that probably all sucked except for the Lord of the Rings one. All right, so now we're going to the official Xbox magazine, and we got 007 Nightfire on the front with the Nobody Bond.
That is definitely Wish.com Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. So, and we also had read the review, play the demo of Jedi Starfire, Spider-Man, and MotoGP. Oh, yeah. Xbox Magazine had game demos.
Heck yeah.
Well, also, look, the guy was going to beat Mario and Sonic. Mario's going to prepare for war because Blinks is here, baby.
Man.
Blinks is ready to kick some ass.
They lost out, Dominic. They need to make a new Blinks game. Like I was telling you before, they need to get... Once they acquire Activision, get the guys who worked on like the new Crash game or a Spyro game, get them to make a new Blinks game.
Yep.
He's got potential, Dominic. People love time travel and they love cats.
What else we have here? We got Xbox Goes Online. It's live. The price, the games, and how it will work. Every Xbox game rated. The Ultimate Buyer's Guide. Also, Splinter Cell, their Metal Gear killer. That was exclusive look at the game that'll topple Metal Gear, and no, it won't.
Yeah, well.
Metal Gear Solid 2 was awesome, and it was still the best. It was never going to topple it.
Never, until you realize how anime it is.
Well, yeah, but I still don't like Splinter Cell.
Touche.
But Splinter Cell it's a nice game, but I still don't like it. It's not I don't like stealth games. Yeah. At least Metal Gear, I can be. I don't know. Some about Metal Gear stuff, it was just easier for me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I didn't have to be stealthy.
It's definitely a lot more arcadey than Splinter Cell was. Splinter Cell, once somebody sees you, if you're getting shot, you take like 2 hits and you're down.
All right, Hunter the Reckoning. You got to play this game. See why inside. It was okay. I think I rated like in 7s. And Deus Ex 2, sequel to the PC game of the year, comes
We're so
to
excited.
Xbox. Yeah.
Underwhelmed.
Why would I underwhelmed?
Weren't they underwhelmed? Isn't that, or am I thinking like, is that Invisible War or is there another one?
No, maybe it is. You know what? You're right. You're right.
It wasn't until like the new ones that, Human Revolution and those that everybody got back on board with it.
They did Deus
killed Deus Ex and they killed Thief.
Because the only big PC game that really did what people praised was the Elder Scrolls one, right? I think that was the only one they praised. Yeah.
More
on Xbox. All right. So now we're going back 30 years. 30 years. What are we going to Nintendo Power here? We got, look at Gal doing a kick.
Yep.
Yeah. Represent America. Street Fighter 2.
Kicking all those commies' asses.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like the guy that beat up Rocky. Well, Rocky ended up winning, though.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've seen a picture of him where his hair sort of makes sense as to why it would be shaped that way.
Yeah. So, yeah, he looks like an American Ivan Drago. What else we have here? This magazine costs $3.50 in America. Man, that's pretty cheap, man, for compared to today's prices. Which is, well, then again, it's $100 back in the day. Back in the early 90s, it was $100.
Don't make me adjust it for inflation, Dominic.
The source for news and strategy straight from the pros. And look, and this magazine has the official Nintendo seal of quality.
Of course. The games don't even have that anymore.
Yeah, nope. All right. What else we have here? We got EGM, and they got Batman from Batman Returns. They put the Penguin and Catwoman. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sexy Michelle Pfeiffer. What we got here? The EGM review Street Fighter 2. Axley? What is that? Race Driving. It's a game called Race Driving. Okay. Andro Dunos and Shinobi 2. I only know 2 of those games. Street Fighter 2 and Shinobi 2.
Axley is like a shooty spaceship game.
Oh, okay.
Like an R-Type or something like that. Or a
Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, top secret balls, moves revealed. First picks of Sonic 2. Oh, yeah, damn, Sonic 2, baby. Mm-hmm. I got that for Christmas. Over 160 pages inside, Daniel. I can't even count that high. Oh, and this magazine costs $1 more than the Nintendo Power.
It's fine because 90 of those pages were ads.
Well, more than $1 more. What'd you say? Yeah, pretty much. All right. So now we got last but not least GamePro, and we got Alien 3 on the front, the game, plus sneak peek movie outtakes and Dark Horse Comics. Cool adaptation. Wow.
GamePro is clearly not for children, Dominic. This Alien is covered in blood.
Well, Alien the movie, I think, was rated R. The Alien 3.
But there were still action figures, Dominic. There was a kid in my elementary school that was always playing with Alien.
Just like Terminator. Yep. What was Terminator 2?
It had to be R.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though by today's standards, I think it's PG-13.
Was that before? That wasn't before PG-13 was created, right?
No, I think PG-13 was out.
That was for Indiana Jones 2, I think, was one of the first ones that got that rating. No, so you got Alien 3 wasn't that great a movie. I mean, Alien 1 and 2 are the best. Like, that's it. The game, plus sneak peek, movie outtakes. Oh, I already said that shit. Why am I going to say that again? All right, CD-ROM. CD-ROM. New CDs.
Games starring the hot Sega CD on page 22. Oh, yeah. Genesis, Bart versus the Space Mutants. Played that. Oh, can I get past first level? Evander Holyfield, Real Deal Boxing. Oh, yeah. And Cybercop. Yeah. He be beating those black people cyberly.
Oh, my.
Like, put down the gun and shoot a laser at them. Super Nintendo, Hook, Arcana, Magic Sword. Arcana, what is that? Is that an RPG or something? Hook, I know, is just a movie game.
Oh, boy. Movie game.
Magic Sword. Well, I don't know what is this. New Nintendo, Gargoyles, Quest 2. Oh, not the TV show. Prince of Persia.
Arcane is one of those dungeon crawlers where you're in first person.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and
yeah.
You take like one step at a time.
Fantasy Star was.
Yeah, I think Fantasy Star was originally like that, right?
Yeah. Accolade Secret new game project revealed on page 54. Oh, what is Accolade doing, Daniel? What game did Accolade make?
I was gonna say I don't know what that company makes it all.
I mean, I heard of them. Oh, they did Bubsy. So it's Bubsy, Daniel.
Oh, no, not a new Bubsy.
Because Bubsy is 1993. So
hopefully they keep their secret.
I'm trying to see. We got They were part of Hardball, maybe. Let me look up. Let me see all their games. Okay. Here we go. List of Accolade games. All right. Let's see what it could be. Okay, so it could be Bubsy. Or it could be Speed Racer for the Dolls. or Pele. Soccer game for the Genesis. Unnecessary Roughness. They did that.
But it's RUFF, and then you play as a dog.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Bubsy, Daniel, because I don't see nothing else.
My God, keep that a
It's
secret,
gonna
then,
be
please.
Bubsy. Yo, but Bubsy is huge, Daniel. Man, I played the shit out of that game.
That's why they got to remaster it.
You never played Bubsy?
No, although
Wow.
admittedly, I was probably jealous of not playing Bubsy because he looked like a really cool mascot.
Didn't you have a? It was on Super Nintendo too.
I did, but I think I always saw him at Blockbuster, but never got him.
Yeah, that's where I played it at. It was Blockbuster. That's how I played that game.
Yeah.
I played it. It was all right. Just always mad because when I start going fast, I trip. Yeah,
Because he's the anti-Sonic now.
That's like, what the fuck?
Which is why he's good, because he's the anti-Sonic.
All right, so that is it for the covers. So now we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. And now we're doing the gaming news. So what we got, Dad?
All right, Dominic. First up, we got news on the 13 remake that came out a little bit ago. That was so poorly received that the publisher is now having another developer come in and basically do a remake of the remake, which will be coming out later this year. It's coming out on September 13th. At that time, the Switch version that was supposed to have come out alongside those other versions will also be coming out. And it will be a free update for the people that, unfortunately for them, bought that previous remake version. Now, I haven't seen any new screenshots or anything for this yet.
I forgot about this.
But I really hope they fix those graphics. They do say they are going to, fix the graphics, but I want to see if we're talking like improve what they've got now or go back to that original style of game, because this remake absolutely just dismissed away what made that game. Like 90% of the gimmick of that game was the cell shadedness of it, and they really toned that down in this new game. And so ill-advised, I guess. It's just so dumb to the one thing that game is remembered for, to not just, stick with it. But hopefully for the people that got that, they'll get a better version.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm surprised. Surprised this is even happening.
Yeah.
I mean, people just put out games and it sucks so well.
Yep. If you don't like it, go play the original one. That's usually what we're used to hearing. It's so odd that there's actually somebody that's attempting to make the better version of that. So that's good. One couple of games that aren't being worked on, though, Dominic, Infamous and Sly Cooper. Apparently rumors have been going around so much that Sucker Punch actually had to come out and make a statement saying that they are not currently working on they're currently not revisiting the Infamous or Sly Cooper franchises, and neither are any other studios. So anyone who had hopes of a new Infamous or Sly Cooper game or a remake or remaster of those games coming out anytime soon, it sounds like their hopes have been dashed. I am one of those people because I like both of those series.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Sucker Punch. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You could give this to a different Sony studio to work on, but whatever. I mean, as long as they're still putting out good games, I'm not going to complain too much. It sounds like Ghost of Tsushima is pretty good. But yeah,
it's just no cartoon games. I mean, it's no fantastical, colorful games. All those single player games. I get what some people are saying, who feel like it's kind of samey. They're single player, they're great, but they're all kind of realistic looking. They kind of don't like God of War,
absolutely,
like Last of Us. Now you got Ghost of Tsushima, being they're different, but they're the same at the same time.
I mean, you do still at least have Ratchet and Clank kicking around, but yeah, you don't have Jack and Daxter anymore. You don't have Sly Cooper anymore. Yeah, you're really missing out on that kind of contingency there.
And even Infamous, I mean, even though it's real people, but it's just the type of game, the kind of open worldness and the fantasy stuff. I mean, we could put Spider-Man in there. I guess Spider-Man can take the place of what Infamous is.
Yeah.
That's probably it. But that's it.
Yeah. That really is about it. Is you have that limited stuff, and yeah, Infamous as a series.
Then you have, and even the Guerrilla games, the Horizon. I mean, that's still. I mean, it's open world, but it's still. Yeah, it's still common. That type of game. It's more open world than those things, but it's no. Well, God of War is probably the least open world, and Last of Us. But Last of Us 2 was more open than what Last of Us 1 was. Last of Us was more of a linear thing, but yeah, they're all kind of the same.
It's really interesting to think because at one point Sony had they had Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper and Jack and Daxter, and then they moved on to having like first person shooters, like they had Resistance and Killzone, and now they've moved on from those, and now they've got like these, normal people stories in these open world kind of things. Like they're definitely finding a formula and then seemingly sticking to it through each grouping of games.
Because even Days Gone, Gone, I mean, that's kind of samey too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that's why everybody thought that was going to be a failure off the bat because of its similarities to The Last of Us. So yeah, it's weird. Like maybe, especially since we're talking about like they just announced they're doing a remake of The Last of Us 1. Like you couldn't revisit Infamous or Sly Cooper before you had revisited The Last of Us 1, really?
Yeah.
That's just Sony. Whatever, Sony. All right. Moving on, Microsoft, Dominic. Halo news. We're getting the co-op beta for Halo Infinite. That is coming up on July 11th and is running through July 22nd. So they're working on that stuff, but still not at the point where they're just ready to launch that. So that's kind of disappointing, I would say.
Yes, it is disappointing. Very disappointing.
For a game that should have launched with that option, especially after having been delayed like a year from its original launch date. Like, come on, Microsoft, what are we doing here? Really not killing it.
Yeah, man, Halo. This should have been happening. Like this should. They're gonna make it. I want to know what they're gonna do. How they're gonna do this? Are they gonna make it like a big reveal? It's like they gotta add something else. They can add co-op, but I feel like something else has to come with this.
Yeah. What kind of stuff are you looking for?
I'm nothing multiplayer. I know that. It's something big like or firefight, like something that's like cooperative versus environment, the kind of thing, like a firefight version in Infinite.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool to see them bring that in there. Yeah, it's for me, it's really just like, why did they release Halo in the state that they did? And it's not to say that Halo's a bad game, but it's very much like, this is the part that we've got done, so we're just going to give it to you because we can't really delay this anymore, and things have been going rough over here. Hopefully you'll stick around until we ship everything that we plan to ship with this game. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Dominic, next up, this is, as far as I'm concerned, another bad news, because we talked last week about the Tony Hawk game 3 and 4 not coming because of Blizzard gobbling up Vicarious Visions and turning them into a Blizzard support studio. But now we're finding out that the Spellbreak developer, Proletariat, they make the Battle Royale with Magic kind of game, or the Overwatch with Magic style game. What was that?
Yes.
It was more Overwatch, right? They have they've been acquired by Blizzard, and they are going to now be shutting down the servers of Spellbreak in early 2023, and they're going to be working on supporting World of Warcraft. So
yeah, I mean, the Spellbreak. I mean, I know the numbers fell down anyway. So like I played. That was the only match. I think one of the only battle royale games I won. Like that's first try, and I played with somebody, and me and my partner won it, but he mostly did most of the killing, on it. But I mean, it was all right concept. It was nice. It's just that it's flooded. The video game market is flooded with them. So somebody's gonna die. Somebody's not gonna last, and hey, it's just one of them. But hey, at least the developers, it's not like it dies and they're just out of jobs. They're part of Blizzard now. So I see no. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing when you look at it is, if their game numbers were dwindling, it's good that they're getting support from someplace. And if that turns out to be Blizzard, it is what it is. And hopefully, once we see Microsoft take them over, things will get better for everybody. But at the same time, it's like, fucking World of Warcraft, really? Does everybody just have to work on World of Warcraft?
Well, because, I mean, there's people still playing it.
I was going to say, I guess if the money is still there, and it's not with Spellbreak.
Maybe I'm just thinking, like, is it that they're making the World of Warcraft staff bigger, or that people leave and it's kind of like
they say they're gearing up to basically give the fans what they want, but that could just be describing the same thing, right? Like, we're gearing up because we lost a whole bunch of people, that kind of thing. So, yeah. All right, Dominic, last thing I got here. Nintendo had another Direct this week after we kind of didn't talk about the Xenogear one last week. This one was a Direct Mini, so it was about 25 minutes long. Partner showcase, so like third party mostly. And we got to run it down here real quick. Started out with quite a bit of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. That is the expansion pack that's coming out. Well, is out now, actually. And basically just showing that game off, showing off that there are also going to be future title updates, adding new monsters, like a seething Basilicus or something. So yeah, that stuff is happening. And yeah, there's a demo out for that now.
All made up monsters.
They are definitely all made up monsters. Except for that one that's real. But yeah, there's a demo out there now. If you're interested in playing Monster Hunter Rise, you can check that out. But that took up a decent chunk of the beginning of that show. After that, they showed off Nier Automata, the End of Yora edition. That's coming out October 6th on the Nintendo Switch. They're going to have exclusive costumes, Dominic. So be excited.
Is it her being more naked? And something sexier?
Honestly, the ones that they showed, no. So,
no.
I don't know who's going to be interested in that version of the game, but
exactly.
Not what we're looking for here. Yeah. After that, we had Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. This is coming out next year. It's like a mystery puzzle, almost point and click style adventure game, but it has a very like Killer 7-esque cell shaded vibe to it. Looks pretty cool.
It does look cool.
So hopefully we'll see more of that soon. After that was Super Bomberman R2. That's coming out next year. It's a follow-up, of course, to Super Bomberman R. There's going to be custom map making. There's also like different modes in there. There's basically a top-down isometric Bomberman, as people would expect a Bomberman to be.
Is it a regular Bomberman game?
What's that?
Is it a regular Bomberman game?
Yeah, basically just, that kind of thing. Just one solid map on a screen and blowing each other up. You also have a Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection coming out
It's
next
funny.
year.
We were just talking about that.
Yep.
So I was telling you how I don't like him. I didn't like those. I mean, wasn't not that I don't like him. I wasn't really never interested in those Mega Man type of games. And now they get the whole collection here coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it coming out as one or split in two?
So physically it's coming out as one, but digitally it's volume 1 and volume 2, like they did with the Mega Man collection, the X collections and stuff. So yeah, you can just buy a couple of them, which might be a better option for some people, because you say 10 games, but really 6 of those are like the same game, because they were doing the Pokemon style red and blue, 2 versions of the same game by the end of it. And I think there are like 3 games where they did that. So you have Battle Network 1, 2, and 3, and then you have like 4 red and blue, 5 silver and gold type thing. So it's maybe not as many games as you think, even though they are slightly different, but they're not fully different games. All right, next up, Dominic, you got Pac-Man World Repack. This is a remake of the 3D adventure Pac-Man game from like the PlayStation days. This is coming out August 26th. So,
and I was talking about how they should.
Yep. But it's also can be online multiplayer. That's coming out February of next year. That looks pretty cool. They also showed some more return.
It's a deer and a wolf cub. That's what it is?
Yep.
Like a baby deer and a wolf cub.
So at the end of the game, if you're playing online, the person you're playing with can choose to eat you or not.
Yeah. This is another Fox and the Hound kind of thing.
Yep. Exactly. Except I feel like with Fox and the Hound, at least there's some like levelness there. Like hounds go after foxes. Foxes go after hounds. But like the fawn isn't going to fight back against the fox, really, right? Like,
no. What do you mean the wolf? The wolf. Now, now unless it's a male buck, but they don't usually go after them, do they? Right. I don't think wolves really go after.
I mean, it might get a kick or two, but it's definitely not fighting back. So
yeah,
it could be rough for that fawn at the end of the story. All right, next up, Dominic, Return to Monkey Island. This is coming out sometime this year. They don't have a date on it still, but it is going to be first on the Switch. So I think I was kind of hoping that it would show up on Game Pass at launch. It doesn't sound like that's going to happen now. But what do you think of the art style of this?
It looked okay with me. I mean, I was expecting this, but it's not a big deal. I saw that there was a tweet. I mean, like, Gilbert, I guess Ron Gilbert's not going to be doing any more,
social media, basically.
Stuff, because people complain about it. And I'm like, darn, I mean, was it that bad? Like, how bad was it?
Didn't you know that social media that was this way already before you? Is that what
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like
we all have come to the understanding that social media is bad.
Like, cause I see people attack almost every game, man. And I guess people didn't really like this art stuff. I mean, I guess they did. I didn't really look at social media. I just heard from that tweet.
Yeah.
I mean, the article that talked about him seeing tweets and say he's not going to do social media because people didn't like the art style and they were pretty vicious with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a big fan of art style, but it's not a deal breaker for me.
I like the look of it. I just maybe don't like the proportions of the characters, like the way they're specifically designed. But it doesn't look bad to me. I think it looks pretty cool, in fact.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've seen this art style before, I mean, on other certain things, books, or those other games that had something similar to this.
I mean, it almost kind of looks Guacamelee-ish to me.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Proportions
definitely.
in those are a little more realistic.
But yeah, it's not a deal breaker. It's a different look of the game, and it doesn't make me less excited for it.
Yeah, I think that game's still going to be pretty cool. And, if Ron Gilbert needs to separate himself from social media to maybe not have to see that stuff, then I'm all for it. If that's the choice he wants to make, like, it's probably really healthy for people to go away from it.
Like, well, I'm just going to not do this game anymore. We're taking it off. We're canceling it. It's canceled.
All right, we're turning this car around. We're taking this game back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dominic, next up was Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope. That got a release date. That's coming out October 20th. It looks pretty good. More of that game, but now you can move around the board a little more freely. There was also like a little bit of a Ubisoft stream the following day after the Direct where they showed a little bit more of that game. But it didn't seem like either of them went too in-depth about anything. But it looks cool. It's another one of those games. So,
hold on. What game we talking about again?
Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh, Mario Rabbids. Oh, yeah. It looks like it's a little different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They talk about some different things they do.
Yeah. They're also doing, I think, like a kind of a class-based thing. Like Luigi plays a little more specifically in a different type of way than Mario does and stuff like that. Instead of just everybody having the laser cannons. So that's cool. Differentiated a little bit. All right, after that was Little Noah, Scion of Paradise. That was announced to be out right then and there, or later that afternoon or whatever. So that is out now. It's like a side-scrolling action game, but it looks like you're using like cards to do action points kind of thing. It looks okay. It didn't kind of blow my skirt up or whatever. After that was Railgrade. That's a train building simulator kind of thing. That's coming this fall. That looks all right. If you're into trains.
Yeah. I mean, are you at that stage of your life?
I don't know. I mean, I was watching the video. I was like, this looks all right. So,
Oh, God. You're there. You're there at the stage of your life.
Might be Reverend Lovejoy in the basement building my train sets. Yelling at my daughter because she's getting too close to him. All right, next up, Dominic, was RPG Time, The Legend of Wright. This is coming out August 18th. We've seen this game, I think, a ton of times at this point. It's basically you're playing inside a kid's notebook where he's writing a video game, and it's like a fantasy RPG type thing. Looks all right. Next one, Dominic, big stuff.
Is that The Legend of Phoenix, right?
No, it's not. Next one is Sonic Frontiers. We're seeing cyberspace. That's coming out this holiday. They did a good job of focusing on the Sonic stuff in this Sonic trailer, which was going fast.
The whole lot. Exactly.
That's.
But I still don't really care for that world because it's too empty.
No.
And when they showed the bonus,
like the Green Hill Zone looking stuff, it's like, what Sonic's supposed to look like.
I'm like, why this should be the world? That should be the world, and this should be something like a section. Like I'm not saying that could be somewhere like, oh man, this is like a really desolate world or something. But no, it's not the main one. It's just like, good God.
All right, next one, we got Disney Dreamlight Valley. We had seen this one in the past, but it's like an Animal Crossing meets Disney kind of thing. They announced that that's going into early access on the Switch on September 6th. So you can give that a try if you get into that.
Look at that. Like all the Disney characters and stuff. My goodness.
Got to cheer them up and build your house, Dominic. Live in the Disney world. All right, next up was Live Alive. That's coming out July 22nd. That's that Japanese RPG that had previously never come to America, and now they're bringing it out in that 2D, 3D art style.
Live a live.
So that's going to be coming out soon. We got Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom. I think Story of Seasons is the Harvest Moon game that came from the developers of Harvest Moon. So this is basically one of those games, but it's got Doraemon, which is like that blue cat thing that you've probably seen, but may not know his name, because I definitely didn't.
He looks like, what the fuck is he? What is he?
I think he's
like he's your buddy? He's just your buddy? I mean, I'm saying
he's just
like
your friend. Definitely not your pet, Dominic.
Is he a character that's always been in the Story of Seasons games or something?
I don't think so. I think this is like a Doraemon branded thing. Like if they were to, say.
That's what he is, like a brand? He's a brand of his own?
Yeah. It's basically like if it was like Hello Kitty Harvest Moon.
Oh, okay.
I think is basically what that is to me.
So a Japanese thing then. So there's
Yes,
something
very,
like
very
right?
much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know this character at all.
You've never seen him before anywhere?
I probably have, but they all look the same to me, Daniel.
Yeah, okay.
They're all the little cartoon cats. I mean, all the shit.
All right. Next up, we had a trailer for Minecraft Legends. That's coming to the Switch in 2023. Continuing the grand tradition of Minecraft things on the Switch. We also got Dragon Quest Treasures. That's coming out December 9th. So you're in the Dragon Quest world and you're going around looking for treasures.
Yeah, you got monster friends.
I didn't really understand what the goal of it was. It just seems like you kind of explore and you look for treasures. And sometimes your monster friends fight monsters. And then sometimes you help them fight monsters. But otherwise, you're just like trying to collect stuff and then take it to your base and then get paid for it. So it's like
it
Pawn
looks like
Stars. And then they did a montage real quick showing off some games. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, that's out now. No Man's Sky.
You know what? Technically, I should have had that game because it did come to GameFly. But look, they said it shipped out Monday. Man, it didn't come to, I don't know when it came. I mean, when is it going to come? Because it didn't come Friday. That's when I was like, damn, I was hoping to have it when I leave.
See, that was always my problem with GameFly is like they just never got the games to me very fast. And Netflix would have them to me like the next day somehow.
Exactly. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you shit? I was like, this game better be lost. That Kodak explained to me why it's not here now. Like you tell me ship Monday. That game should be here at least. I mean, I'm expecting Wednesday or Thursday.
You should have a distribution center close enough to me that, it shouldn't take more than 3 days max to get to me.
And goddamn Friday, and I don't see it. And like, darn.
Yeah, that's too much. All right, so we saw that. We saw No Man's Sky. That's out October 7th. The Plague Tale Requiem's coming to the Switch. They're via the cloud stuff. That's coming October 18th. And then Captain Velvet Meteor, The Jump Plus Dimensions, that's coming out July 28th. And that's like a tactical strategy game that looks kind of pixel arty. They also showed off Portal Companion Collection, which I think they had previously announced, but that was out as of when they talked about it. So that's out now. And then you had Harvestella, which is like Monster Hunter meets Stardew Valley is the way I saw it. It's from Square Enix. It's a life sim RPG, which basically, that's Stardew or Animal Crossing, that style thing. That's coming out November 4th. And then, Dominic, they had their final announcement of the show. Persona 5 Royale is coming to the Switch October 21st. And just like the Xbox 4 Golden and 3 Portable are also coming, but they didn't give dates for those. It's finally happening.
Let's just put it all in one package.
It would have been nice, or at least like 4 and 3 together, right? And maybe they do, but I highly doubt it.
But it's good that it's coming up to everything. Like everybody can finally play these games that had no reason just being exclusive to PlayStation. Other than they weren't going to sell, but as popular as they are, I'm like, dude, like especially Nintendo's like, why are you not on Nintendo Switch? Like, what reason?
Especially with the level of popularity that they found on like the PlayStation port, the PSP, like people clearly wanted that in a portable fashion. So, yep.
I don't know what the hell those Japanese people doing over
there. Not wanting to make money, Dominic. That's why they all need to be bought by American companies. All right. So that was it for the Nintendo Direct. Now we've got PlayStation Plus and Games for Gold stuff for July, since it is the beginning of the month. I'm going to start this off with the Games for Gold. We got Beasts of Maravilla Island Relicta.
What the hell? I'm not even gonna ask. You want to keep going.
Thrillville, Off the Rails, and Torchlight. I did look up Relicta, and that looks kind of cool. It's like a first-person puzzle game in the vein of like
we got
a Portal.
Torchlight.
We might have gotten like Torchlight 2 or something, but also, yeah. I mean, we've talked about it in the past, but the games for gold just keep getting more and more questionable. Meanwhile, on PlayStation Plus, they're getting for their subscription cost Crash Bandicoot 4, the new Crash, Man of Medan, the new one of the new games from the Until Dawn people, and then Arcadegeddon, which just looks like Fortnite to me. I was trying to look up video because I wasn't entirely sure what it was, and it just very much looks like Fortnite to me because people have like melee weapons, people have guns. It's third-person multiplayer action game. So if it's not just Fortnite, I don't know what it is. So, but yeah, like Crash Bandicoot 4 and Man of Medan, like that's some quality product right there, Dominic.
Yeah.
So make sure to remember to download those titles. Of course, with the PlayStation stuff, maybe as of you listening to this podcast, they will be up, but as of the 2nd, they currently are not because they always wait until like the 5th or something. Meanwhile, Microsoft, July 1st, it's on. So those are the news stories I got for the week. Dominic, you got anything else for the people?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, we got our new releases here, Dominic. We got a Little Noah, Scion of Paradise. I mentioned that during the Nintendo stuff. That's also out on the PC and PS4 in addition to the Switch. A Portal Companion Collection, mentioned that. That is out on the Switch right now. You also have MX versus ATV Legends out on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. So maybe you might find Ricky Carmichael in there. He does MX stuff, so there you go. He's a legend. You also have Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course. That DLC is now out on the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. What do you think, Dominic? I think it's $7. I might end up picking that up on the Switch just to get me back into the Cuphead mood because I still haven't beaten that game. As long as I don't have to have beaten that game to play it, because then I probably won't. But if I can jump into that and then maybe get the motivation to go back and play a couple of those older levels, beat that fucking dragon finally, I think that's still where I'm stuck at. Yeah, might give that a try. I also have Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, mentioned that, but that's now also out on the PC along with the Nintendo Switch. And Outriders World Slayer, that DLC is now out on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One Series stuff, and Stadia, Dominic. So if you're still looking to use that Stadia subscription, you can check out Outriders there. And we also have F1 22 on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series consoles. So those are our new releases. Dominic, what do you think? You got some decent stuff.
Yeah, I don't. There is Cuphead. I mean, we finally got that one out, which I thought was, well, not the courses, but I thought, for some reason I just thought Miss Chalice was there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And people for the MX versus ATV, I mean, because that series has been going on forever, and so for having like a package where like the best, it's like the best actual tracks maybe, or like how does that work? Or is it just,
or are they just using the Legends name?
Yeah, or Legends like, hey, these are the people who ride, like these are the best X and ATV riders. And
they got UTVs in there now too, Dominic, which apparently are those like little car style ones.
Oh, all right.
So I remember back in the day playing like the demo of the one that was on PC for quite a while because it was just like, oh man, this is so cool. I can ride this little motorbike all around here. And then
Portal Companion Collection. So is that just both the games?
Yep. Yeah, that's just 1 and 2 on the Switch. Yep.
Nothing extra? Nothing extra in there? No like Mario little stuff in there?
Not that I saw as part of this stuff. No, you find out
just in the
that,
mods, just in the
Mario
mods on a PC.
Well, yep. Princess Peach is actually, what's her name?
What? The cake.
GLaDOS. The cake,
Oh.
yes, she is the cake. Oh my goodness, Dominic. Don't say that on
Yeah,
the
you get
internet.
this. It's a lie. This uses with a lie.
Mario's been trying to break out of that testing facility for so long now. All right, Dominic. I think that's it for us. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You check us out on Twitter. Dominic's at DStallworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Superpod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and basically any other place you can think to download a podcast. So check us out there. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see you.